Hey, how are you all? Erlina Fatosa here. Super excited for this live stream tonight. And so, this live stream is about how you can have a six-figure quarter too. So, I'm super excited. Listen, let me tell you, I don't care if you didn't have a six-figure quarter one, right? Today is the last day for quarter one, right? I hope you are joining me live. Spend these last couple hours with me. I'm going to actually give you the game, the strategies, the tips, all the things you need to have a six-figure quarter two. Yes. So I don't care if you didn't have a six-figure quarter one. I don't care if you didn't have a six-figure 2024. I don't care if you didn't have a six-figure 2023. Okay. I'm going to give you the strategies, the tips, every single thing that you need to be able to have a six-figure quarter two. And the best part about this that I love, this is the best part. Let me know in the chat. You watching live, you watching on a replay. Listen, talk to me, okay? I want you to let me know in the chat. I want you to write this in the chat. I only need 4 clients. Ooh, this is so good. So, in order to have a six-figure quarter two, you only need 4 clients, okay? You only need 4 clients to have a six-figure quarter two. Ooh, this is so good. So I'm super excited about this. And I'm super excited. You only need to have 4 clients to have a six-figure quarter two. And that's just like, I think that's about $96,000, right? So 4,000, you're gonna make $4,000 somewhere else, right? You probably got a reoccurring 4,000 coming in. You probably got a downsell coming in. We're gonna talk about all of that, okay? We're gonna get into all the good, and I'm super excited to be here. I got my water ready, got my protein shake ready because I'm gonna be here with you for quite a while. It's 9 o'clock. It's 9:07, 9:08 CST for me. And let me just share this with some folk. Hold on one second. It's about 9:08. I just want to share this to people who are jumping on Zoom so they can actually jump here instead. All right. So there we go. So I am ready, super, super ready, super, super excited. So let's get right into it. If you're watching me on YouTube, let me know you're watching me on YouTube in the chat. If you're watching me on Instagram, let me know that you're watching me on Instagram inside the chat. And if you are watching me on Facebook, let me know inside the chat. I'm super, super excited about this session tonight because I want you to have a six-figure quarter two. So let me know in the chat. Are you watching me from Facebook? Are you watching me from YouTube? Are you watching me from Instagram? I want to know. I'm super excited to share information with you to help you to have a six-figure quarter two. And I don't care, again, if you didn't have a six-figure quarter one. I don't care if you didn't have a six-figure 2024. I really don't care because you only need 4 clients to have a six-figure quarter two. And I'm going to give you all the strategies, the tips, all the things that you need. So let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to share with you about why I'm even sharing this information with you is because I, for a long time, I had a business or my business, it took a while for me to have a six-figure quarter. Like it took me a while to have a six-figure quarter, like a long while, right? It took like years for me to have a six-figure quarter. And the reason why it took me years to have a six-figure quarter is because I was actually focused on doing the wrong things. Let me tell me, put the wrong things in the chat, okay? The wrong things. So I was focused on doing the wrong things. And the wrong things for me was Number one, I was selling extremely low ticket to the tune of like $100 clients. Okay, 100. Put a one in the chat. You like, Erlina, I have some $100 clients now. Like, let me know inside the chat. And so what ended up happening for me was, the problem wasn't that I was selling $100 clients, or that I had $100 clients. The biggest problem was that I wasn't using paid ads, right? So people that I know who are doing really well selling $100 items, they're selling not in bulk, but they're selling to a large quantity of people, and they're spending thousands of dollars each month on this low ticket service. And so, or even a product, right? So whether it be a digital product, whether it be some type of physical product, right? They're actually doing volume, right? Or if they're not doing volume, can I tell you what they're doing? If they're not doing volume and they're selling at the tunes of $100 or $300, and that is their whole focus, one of the things I've noticed is that they live on social media. When I tell you they live on social media, I'm talking about like doing 3 live streams a day, right? I feel like I live on social media today. This is my 3rd live stream today, because I actually did a live stream with my client, Shanine, at 10 a.m. And she was talking about how for the Sell 24K Offers program, she actually got her investment back in the first month. I'm going to talk to you about the Sell 24K Offers program tonight. And the price actually goes up at $11.59, y'all. $11.59, the price goes up. So at the end of this live, the price is going up. And I have been sharing and telling some information. We had some issues with some of our emails, some of our copy that has been going out. There has been 2 different prices for what our program is going up to. So I'm going to clarify that for you tonight, because you got some emails and I've been seeing people like, hey, what's the one, right? So you had got some emails that said our program is going up to $24,000 for the 6-month program. You got some emails that said our program is going up to $12,000 for the 6 months. And so I'm going to let you know about the details of that. So at 10 a.m., I did a live with Shanine, one of my clients, who she is a author coach, and she actually spoke about how she made her investment back in the program, loves the program. She didn't even go all in. Like, she was able to make her investment back without even going all in. But she said she loves the live call. She loves that even though it's a group setting, you can't hide in the program, right? That's what she loves about it, is that you get that individualized support right inside of the program. So that's what she said she loved. And then at 1:00 p.m. CST time, I actually did a live with my client Cami, who is the AI auntie, is what she calls herself, and she actually helps med spas to actually generate more business through their digital footprint. And so she also shared that she actually made her investment back within the first month. She also shared that she loves the community. She loves that it's a supportive community. She loves that it's great information. She also shared that she's been in programs where in the beginning is one way, but then later on, after you've invested, it changes. And so for her, it was just like, she just knew that she had to invest. They both said that, like, they knew they had to invest. And then on Friday, I actually talked to my client, Clark. And Clark actually shared how she 7x'd her investment. And she 7x'd her investment within the first 5 weeks of being inside of the program. she continued to raise her prices, to put herself out there. And she also talked about how she didn't have to go all in, right? Clark had no website. Clark had never did a live. That was her first live that we actually did together on Friday. She actually shared how she has never created a sales page. And so sales pages that usually have videos on there and testimonials, and usually sales pages have a FAQ section, and they all also have like all of these different sections. My client shared that she was able to 7x her investment without having all of those things. So I love that, because one of the things I see on the online space, on ads, and just people online, they will tell you that you can't win unless you have their thing, right? Like your problem, your issue is their thing, right? And so that is absolutely not what I'm talking about as far as it pertains to $24,000 offers. And so with $24,000 offers, I believe that the statistic is telling us, right? The statistic is telling us that we need high ticket offers, right? The statistic is telling us that we need high ticket offers. And so there was a statistic that actually came out in, what is that? A statistic came out in 2021. And what that statistic actually said was that, bloop, 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 bloop. That statistic actually said, and I'm gonna see if I can show it to you on the screen. See if I can get fancy for y'all tonight. Like, okay, like I want to get fancy for y'all tonight and share some stuff on the screen. Let's see if I can get it done. Okay, we'll see. We will see. So, a statistic said in 2021 that let's see, in 2021, a statistic said something like the average Black woman owned business makes in a calendar year in 12 months $24,000, right? And so it's not me saying that, you know, you need to raise your prices. The statistic is saying you need to raise your prices. And I have been in a program or have had many Black women, Black men who are coaches, and every single coach, let me break it down to y'all. Because sometimes people be thinking Erlina, or just people be just making up stuff, and there is no studies behind it. That's not me. I don't know if y'all know, but I have a degree in history. So one of the things I'm good at, right? I'm not really good at the dates. I might be even messing up JP Morgan Chase's date. And I've been saying this thing over and over and over again, right? But the one thing that I will tell you I'm great at research, and like doing the research and studying trends, studying like what are people doing to win. Like that's my thing, right? In undergraduate, I had to study a lot of campaigns. And I had to study campaigns, and I had to know, like, you know, what strategy did, you know, this country actually take? Like, what did they do to actually win the war? What did they do to actually, like, you know, throw people off? Like that kind of thing. And so one of the things that I began to study over the years, and it was literally just by observation, and by observation, I was able to see a couple of different things. And so the couple of different things that I was able to see over the years was that every single business coach that I invested in one capacity or another, they all had high ticket programs, like across the board, all of them. Like there's not one coach I had above the 7-figure mark, headed to 8 figures, or desiring to go to 8 figures, or even an 8-figure coach that did not have a program, and actually a program specifically that was above $20,000. Ooh. So, and I can, like, you know, name rattle off people, but I have posted people through over the years, the months, whatever the case, pictures with my different coaches and things like that. And they all have had and have and continue to sell, high ticket programs. And so I believe that not even just that, when you look at that, when I look at people who have lower ticket programs that maybe a seven figure like offer, like it is a seven, they do make seven figures from that one offer. The one thing I see that they're actually doing with that low ticket offer is they are running ads, right? So they're running ads to challenges, they're running ads to webinars, and they're running ads to the tunes of $20,000 and $40,000 plus, to even hit that, hit those numbers, right? And so, yeah, if you're not, willing to spend at that level, right, then you're not going to receive at that level. Amen. That's good. You want to be able to invest, sow, and have a harvest, right? So that kind of thing. So one of the things that I wanted to kind of start with tonight is kind of like, and kind of have been like starting with it, is what is the reason anyway for me actually um to be pushing, like pushing for you to sell $24,000 plus offers, right? Because I did say it, and I'll continue to say it, is that in order to have a six-figure quarter two, is you only need 4 clients to do it. So now you're $4,000 off, but I'm pretty sure that you can make up that 4,000 another way. And so I'll talk about that throughout the night. And so one of the things that I also saw, so not just like here's this statistic from JP Morgan Chase. Here is like me actually taking all of these different coaches and kind of looking at all of these different coaches and seeing like what all of these different coaches are doing. What it allowed me to do is, because even people who weren't my coaches, like I begin to observe like their price points and what are they doing and how are they showing up and all the things, but not even just, the observation that I've done myself, but from my own experience in business, the reason it took me so long to do a six-figure quarter is because I was doing lower ticket offers, and then my lower ticket offers, I wasn't showing up, like living on live stream 2-3 times a day, that kind of thing, building a group, building community and things like that. I've talked to multiple people who have multiple seven-figure companies and how they built their their audience organically was by going live every day for years, right? And I've spoken to many of people who have done that. And so it's either two ways. They built this huge community, and they built a huge community to the tunes of 40,000 plus people by going live every day, or they built a $40,000 plus community by actually running ads and spending a lot of money on ads. So the amazing thing about needing 4 clients to do 6 figures with a $24,000 offer is that you only need 4 clients. So you don't need 40,000 clients, or 40,000 people following you to get 4 clients. Ooh, that's so good. You don't need, 1 million people following you to get 4 clients. You don't even need 20,000, 10,000 people following you to get 4 clients in a quarter, right? You really don't need it. And even if, okay, I should have brought my tablet down, but even if, let's say, for example, if you just had like let's say, for example, if you had like a very bad close rate, like you closed really bad, and let's say the worst close rate, I mean, worse than 0, like you don't close anybody, right? Let's say, for example, you close like 1%. So, so I'm asking ChatGPT because ChatGPT is my math whiz, right? If y'all not using ChatGPT, I don't know what y'all doing with your lives. Because me and ChatGPT is the homie. Y'all remember when Siri first came out? Hey Siri, like I just was talking to Siri on my iPad. Oh my goodness, like I still use Siri. But you know when Siri first came out, you just like, hey Siri, like what's the weather? Hey Siri, like what you doing today? Like if you're not like ChatGPT is like, modern day Siri. So if you're not using ChatGPT, I don't know what you're doing with your life. But I'm asking ChatGPT if I close 1%, if my close rate was 1% and I want 4 clients in quarter 2, how many people would I need to talk to? This is so good. So ChatGPT said if your close rate was 1%, this is so good, you will only need 400 people. So a lot of times people are like, oh my goodness, like to have a 6-figure quarter, I need to have 5,000 people following me, or I need this many. You need 400 like targeted people in quarter 2. If you got like a 1%, like, and 1% is like, that is not like the industry average. And I'm also not teaching you a cold strategy. Okay. So I'm not teaching you a cold strategy. So the strategy I am going to be teaching you is not that of a cold strategy. So you can actually use, and this is the good thing, is you can use your current close rate to determine how many people you actually need in your sphere. But before we get into that, before we get into like the amount of people you need, yada yada blah blah, I want to first start talking to you about belief, right? Belief. We hate that word, right? Belief. Do you believe, right? Well, there's a scripture that I like to go to and like to refer to, and it's Matthew 11 or Mark 11:23. And so I'm going to go to my handy dandy Bible. So Mark 11:23, it says this. So I'm going to go there. So Mark 11, and I know it by heart, but I just want to read it out. So Mark 11:23. And so the background to Mark 11:23 is that Jesus is walking with the disciples, right? So Jesus and the disciples are walking, right? And so what's happening is that they walk past a fig tree, right? So they walk past a fig tree, and the figs are not on a tree. So I don't study, I'm not like good with plants and all the things, but this is what happens. So with a fig tree, and let's just ask ChatGPT, do figs grow before leaves? Before I be lying into y'all on the fig tree. So yeah, so I'm right. Look, I want to make sure I got this story right. So that's the truth. So on a fig tree, the fruits, the figs, and the leaf, they often grow at the same time, but many times the figs actually appear before the leaves fully emerge. So Jesus is walking with some disciples. So maybe he's walking with Peter, James, and John. I'm not sure who he's walking with, but he's walking with some people and some of his disciples, some of the 12. And Jesus walks past the fig tree and he curses the fig tree. So he curses it, and it says, and he basically says, wither away and die. So, right, the Bible tells us that death and life are in the power of our tongue, right? And I think that's Proverbs 18:22. That death and life is in the power of our tongue. So Jesus curses the fig tree and tells the fig tree, you wither away and die. Right. And he's telling the fig tree to wither away and die because the tree is not operating in the manner in which it should. And so there's leaves on the tree, but there's no figs. So Jesus must have been hungry. He's walking up to the fig tree. He's trying to eat, and there's no figs on there. So he's like, just wither away and die. And so they walk past the tree again. Okay, so they walk past the tree again, and the disciples mention to Jesus that, wait, this tree that you told to wither away and die, it has withered away. It has died. And so Jesus responds and he says to them this. Okay, now you can read the chapter, you can read Mark yourself. And so, and it happened quickly. So in Mark 11:20, and I'm reading the King James Version, right? You don't have to read the King James Version, but in Mark 11:20, it says in the morning, and in the morning, that's really good. So it says in the morning. So he actually cursed it at night, or cursed it the night before, the day before. I don't know, but it says in the morning, as they passed by, they saw that the fig tree dried up from its roots. Powerful. Words are powerful, y'all. So don't just be allowing people to speak over you, anything they want to speak over you. And don't you just be speaking over you, whatever you want to speak over to you, because words are powerful. And so the fig tree, it dried up from its roots. And Peter calling, this is 21, and Peter calling to remembrance said unto him, Master, behold, the fig tree which thou cursest, right, is withered away, right? And so 22, and Jesus answering said unto them, have faith in God. Ooh, some of y'all need to have faith in God. Some of y'all need to have faith in God. Ooh, that's good. Some of y'all need to have faith in God. So Jesus says, have faith in God, right? So have faith in God. And so that's 22. And Jesus answering said unto them, have faith in God. And this is 23. And this is the point that I want to make. So, for verily I say unto you, that whatsoever you say, shall you say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast in the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe. Now, this is the point. You need to believe. Like, I can teach this to I'm blue in the face. And I literally can teach this to I'm blue in the face. One thing about me is I'm an expert. I don't need no notes. I don't got no notes. Okay. I don't be coming on these live streams with notes. I don't got no notes. I don't need no notes. I'm going to teach to 11:59 without notes. And it's going to be so good. Y'all gonna be like, oh my God, this is a whole masterclass. It sure is. And no notes. I don't need any notes. So, but anyway, Jesus said in Mark 11:24 that I say unto you, believe, right? That whatever you say to the mountain, but shall believe shall believe that those things which he said shall come to pass. He shall have whatever you say. So let me read that again. For verily I say unto you, that whosoever say unto this mountain, be thou removed, and be thou cast into the sea, and shall not doubt in his heart, but shall believe that those things which he said shall come to pass. Let me do another version, okay? Because listen, that version be acting up. So let's do NLT. Let's do the NLT. That's that version a little while. So I tell you the truth. You can say to this mountain, may you be lifted up and thrown into the sea, and it will happen. But you must really believe it will happen and have no doubt in your heart. That you have to believe what it is going to happen. So the Bible tells us in Mark 11:23 that we have to believe. And so the biggest issue for many people in business, many Black women in business, right? Black Christians in business, is that before, I can teach you really quick. I can really teach you in 10 minutes how to get 4 clients in quarter 2, right? To pay you $24,000. Hey, you can raise the price. You can do $100,000, divide that dip by 4 and make that your price, right? Because what's that? That's 25, right? 4 quarters is $1. So you raise that dip to $25,000, get 4 clients in quarter 4. But here's the thing. Many of you won't believe it first. Like, you need to believe that if I said to you, hey, if you get four clients at $25,000 in quarter 2, you will make $100,000. The first thing is, do you believe that you can get 4 clients at $25,000? That's number 1. Number 2 is, really, do you believe that you can do it? And this is so good. I was praying, and one of the things that came to me is, belief is an action word. Like, if you believe, you're going to act. This is so good. So many people, so many business owners are so moved by their emotions or by their feelings or by their lack of belief that they don't move. And the reason why they don't move is because they really don't believe. What does that look like? Like, I'm going live in my business, and I've been going live, and I'm sending out emails and all the different things. And it's a reflection of the fact that I believe. Like, I'm showing up because I believe. Ooh, it's not the other way around. So a lot of people think that, oh, when I believe, I'll show up. No, me showing up is a sign that I believe. Right? And so the fact that you don't do, it actually shows that there's no belief. Let me give you some examples of that, because that's really good. So I believe that the chair is going to hold me, and so I sit down. I believe. I sit down in this. I'm sitting down in this chair because I believe this chair is going to hold me. And so, because I believe, you show up on live stream, you show up and you send emails, text messages, you run ads, you put out the $25,000, the $24,000 offer, whatever the case is, because you believe you're going to sell it. But here's the thing: if you're not doing those things, it's because you don't believe that it's going to happen, and thus the reason why you're not doing it, because you don't believe that somebody's going to pay you $24,000. That's why you won't create the offer. You don't believe that somebody's going to pay you $24,000 plus. So that's why you don't post about it. That's why you don't have the sales page created or whatever. That's why you don't have the link created for people to buy, because you don't have it. Because when you believe something, you act in alignment with it. That's so good. And so I believe that, I'm working on my belief, right? But we don't believe that water makes a big difference in our lives, and that's why we don't drink it. Let me drink some water, y'all. So, because can I be honest? These 2 bottles of water are the same 2 bottles of water I had for the other 2 live streams I did today. So I don't know. There's a belief issue going on. There's a lack of belief that when I drink this water, that it's going to transform my body from the inside out. Now, I've heard about it. I've learned about it over and over and over. I can tell you the benefits of water, but I don't believe them benefits. You know, I don't believe it because I'm not drinking the water enough. So when you believe that something is going to happen, there is an accompanying action that you begin to take as a result of the belief system. Let me give you another example. So I believe that the chair is going to hold me. I sit down, right? I think another thing is, I believe that, this is a good one. I believe that, I go to school, I apply and get a degree. I believe I'm going to get a job and be whatever, right? And so that's why I, got the degree, right? Because I believe that, having the degrees or having multiple degrees were actually going to help me in the workplace. And so I finished a degree because I believed it, right? Now, the good thing about the belief system is your belief will drive you. Optimism will drive you. Pessimism will drive you. Like, not believing that all things are possible for you, not believing that in abundance, not believing that all things are yes for you. your belief will actually determine the way that you act, the way that you show up. If you believe that if you exercise and eat right on a regular basis, it will help you not just to fit in whatever size pants you want to fit in, but it will help your health and different things like that. If you believed it, then you will actually do it. And so that's so good. And so what I wanted to encourage you about before we even get into the strategies and all the different things is I want to encourage you to work on your belief system, because belief is an action. So you can say all day, all night, that you believe you're going to get married, that you believe that you're going to be married forever, that you believe that you're going to get clients, that you believe all of those different things. But if your actions are not in alignment with that belief system, then it's not going to happen for you. You have to believe, right? And you have to act. So actions are lining up with the belief. Now, I'm not going to be judgy, but I'm going to be judgy. I'm judgy. Okay. A lot of people say that they believe that they're Christians, right? They say, I believe I'm a Christian, but they don't go to church because they say I can practice. I can worship at home. Well, if you believe you're a Christian, you should believe that you read your Bible, right? You should believe in the Bible and what the Bible says. And the Bible says that you shouldn't forsake this, the assembly of yourself together, that you should be around believers. But do you believe, right? Come on now. Like, people believe that hell is real, but they fornicating by day and by night because they don't believe. I think it was Paul that said, God, help my unbelief. Help my unbelief, God. Help my unbelief. So that's so good. So one of the big things that you're going to have to do in quarter two, in order to have a six-figure quarter two, and since we always talk about $24,000 plus offers, let's say that your offer for quarter two is $25,000, right? Because that just makes it easier. You don't have to figure out this extra $4,000. I don't have to plan it, prepare that for you. It's a $25,000 offer. You need 4 clients. Okay. And that 4 clients, right? And listen, math ain't my specialty, but I know that 4 quarters make $1. How about that? Right. So 25,000 times 4 clients is 6 figures. And you may say, Erlina, well, I want to do I want to have more than one 6-figure quarter. I want to have a $200,000 quarter. Well, that's 8 clients at $25,000. 8 clients times that 25,000. That's 8 quarters make $2. So that's $200,000. Okay. So that's what I want you to be thinking about for quarter two. So so let me know in the chat. If you're watching now, you watch this on a replay, let me know in the chat, what is your revenue goal for quarter two? And I want you to tell me a revenue goal that's above $100,000. Like, don't come on this live stream telling me that your revenue goal for quarter two is $40,000. Like, read the title. Okay, read the room, as they would say. Read the room. Don't be coming in here talking about for quarter two, I want to make $40,000. Did you read the room? So in reading the room, I want you to put at least $100,000 in the chat, right? Because I want you to be thinking that with that $100,000, that's only 4 clients, right? That's only 4 clients for you at $25,000 in your business, right? So that's the great thing about it. The next thing that we're going to go into, so we talked about belief, which is really great, really powerful, because you're going to need it. Like, you're going to need to believe. And if you don't believe, then unfortunately, it is not possible for you. Whew. All things are possible for you if you believe. That's what the Bible says. That's another scripture. Let's go to that scripture. I know you like, Erlina, we're doing a lot of scriptures tonight. We're going to do some scriptures. I told you all inside of my content, inside of my, what is it called? Heading, bio, whatever the case is that the program is going to be fit for believers. And why is it going to be fit for believers? It's going to be fit for believers because I'm going to talk about the Bible. Because I'm going to talk about scriptures. And if you're offended by scriptures, then you're going to be offended by the program. And that's okay. Just don't join. So let's go to this other scriptures. This scripture is let me get it for you. Let me get it for y'all. So all things are possible for you if you believe. So that's the scripture that I'm getting. And it's Mark 9:23. Oh, wow. We were just in Mark 11:23. That's the first scripture. The second scripture is Mark. I'm going to put it in the chat so you can have it, 9:23. So Mark 9:23. And I'm just going to show you that. So, yeah, so all. So Mark 9:23, it says this. Let's see, Mark 9:23. And it says, he replied, what is impossible for people is possible with God. So let me go to King James Version and see what the King James Version says. It says, Mark 9:23. Where am I at? I'm in a different verse, different whatever. So Mark 9:23. If you don't have a Bible app on your phone, you should download one. You should download the Bible app. I'm using the Bible app that's on my phone. If you don't have a Bible app on your phone, it's kind of like not having ChatGPT. I don't know what you're doing. Like, get a Bible app on your phone. It's free. And so what do you mean if I can? So Jesus asks, anything is possible if a person believes, right? Anything is possible if a person believes. So this is good. If you believe it, it becomes possible for you. So it doesn't matter if your husband believed it. If you believe it, then it becomes possible for you. It doesn't matter if your haters believe it. If you believe it, then it becomes possible for you. That's so good. If your coach don't believe it, it doesn't matter, because if you believe it, then it becomes possible for you. That's so good. If your neighbor doesn't believe it, doesn't matter, because if you believe it, then it becomes possible for you. So the thing is that you have to believe it, right? You have to believe it, and then it becomes possible for you. So it's possible for you to have a 6-figure Q2. It's possible for you to have a multiple 6-figure Q2. You just have to believe it. Because when you believe it, then it becomes possible for you. Okay, that's so good. I just want to share this out really fast. I should have did that earlier. But yes, when you believe it, then it becomes possible for you. That's what Mark 9:23 says, right? That all things are possible for you if you believe it. And then God told us, Jesus is actually saying in Mark 11:23, right? He said in Mark 11:23, it said that if you believe, let's go to Mark 11:23 so I not butcher it, right? So Mark 11:23, it says, I tell you the truth, and you can say to this mountain, may you be lifted up and thrown into the sea, and it will happen. But you must really believe it will happen and have no doubt in your heart. You must really believe and have no doubt in your heart. Now, let's go back. So King James Version doesn't say that you don't need to have any doubt in your heart. Now, sometimes when these scriptures are when it's translated into different versions, they take out the meaning. And so the meaning in King James Version, now it does say, and shall not doubt in his heart, and shall believe that those things which he said shall come to pass. But I have something for you for that. It's really good because God is good. So I'm gonna say I didn't prepare. I prepared in my mind. Okay, in my mind, I prepared for tonight. Okay, I'm prepared. So one of the other things I wanted to share, because one of the scriptures that came up a lot for me on Sunday is that what if you waver? What if you say, Erlina, I believe that I'm going to have a 6-figure quarter. Erlina, I believe that I'm going to have a multiple 6-figure quarter. But then the Bible says in Mark 11:23, that if you doubt, right, then you can't believe it's going to happen. Or if you waver, you can't believe that it will happen, right? So I was talking to God. I was praying, and I was asking God about wavering, right? Because the Bible says in Hebrews 10, and I'm gonna put it in the chapter, the comments as well. So Hebrews 10 verse 23 says this, right? And we're talking about having a 6-figure quarter two, right? I don't care what your quarter one was. I don't care what your 2024 was. But the Bible says in Hebrews 10:23, it says, let us hold tightly without wavering to the hope we affirm, for God can be trusted to keep his promise. And that's the NLT. King James Version says, let us hold fast to the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promise. And so I asked God, really, like, well, what does wavering look like? Like, what does wavering look like? Because it almost seems, right? Because like the other scripture, Mark 11:23, it says like with no doubt, right? And so I'm thinking about like, so what is doubt and what is wavering? And so, and you know, how, because I don't want you to be having a belief system, and then you know, doubt and you waver, and then you feel like, man, well, I doubted and I waver. And so these scriptures you're giving me, like, what if I doubt? What if I waver? And so, you know, am I not going to be able to have my 6-figure, you know, quarter, that type of thing? So that's what I was asking. And so what I got from that was that let me tell you what it looks like to waver, because some of y'all been wavering in your business, right? And so what it looks like to waver is to get on a call and tell people that, hey, for quarter two is $25,000 to work with me. And then you change your mind. Woo. And then you tell them, you know what, I was just joking. You can work with me for 2,000. Oh, I was just joking. You can work with me for 5,000. That is what wavering look like. Wavering looks like if you get in a car and you're headed to one direction. Let's say, for example, you go on to Starbucks because old girl loves some Starbucks. I haven't had Starbucks in a little while. I need to get me some Starbucks tomorrow. So, side note. So you get in the car, you're driving to Starbucks, but then you like, you know what? I don't really want Starbucks. I want Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, that's wavering. That's doubting, right? And so if you're like, hey, I want to make 6 figures, I'm going to sell these 4 $25,000 packages in quarter two, but then you keep changing your prices, but then you keep changing your offers, but then you keep, you know what? I'm gonna go live, and you know what? I'm not gonna go live. Oh, I'm gonna sell it. Oh, I'm not gonna sell it. That is what wavering and what doubt looks like. And so what I'm gonna need you to do for quarter two is I'm gonna need you to decide, right? And when you decide, you actually cut off any other so when you make a decision, right, you turn away from any other decision. So if I decided I'm married, then to my husband, right, I cut myself off from having any other opportunities with anybody else because I decided that I'm married to my husband. You see that? So then I don't talk to other men on the side. You can't get in my DMs and think that, we gonna hang out in that type of way because I'm married to my husband, right? I'm locked in with him. So it doesn't matter if you inbox me. It doesn't matter what you say. I've decided that I'm married to my husband. You get that? And so when you decide that I'm selling a $24,000, a $25,000 offer, and I'm going to sell 4 of them or 8 of them, or I'm going to sell 16 of them in quarter two, you cut yourself off of any other thing, any other options. Like that is what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just selling my $24,000, my $25,000 offer. And you just focus on that. So wavering looks like, it's $24,000 today. Tomorrow is $12,000. The next day is $5,000. That's the wavering, and that's doubt, and it shows that you really don't believe. And so, what the first thing I want you to do is I want you to get real focused on, how do I increase my belief system? The one way you can increase your belief system is by getting a community of people who everybody in that community is focused on selling $24,000 offers. It is so easy to be married, and be around other married people who are committed to be married, right? And stay married when you're around them. But if you're married and you start hanging out with single folks, and then you start looking at what single folks doing when you married, you're going to be confused. Like, wait a minute, like, do we just sleep around? Yes, I'm talking to Christians. When you are married and you start hanging around with other married people, it's easier to stay married. It's easier to be like, oh, that was just an argument. Oh, girl, that was just the devil. The devil is just trying to break up your marriage. It's easy when you're around married people. In the same way, it's easy to focus on selling $24,000 plus offers if you're in Sell 24K Offers program, because everybody else in the program is focusing on selling $24,000 offers. And so when you start thinking about, oh no, I got to put the price back to $250, I got to put the price back to $200, to $500, I got to go back to focusing on a $1,200 social media package for the year, it's gonna be like, wait a minute, they're gonna be in the program like, what are you talking about? Like, what are we saying right now? Like, you're in the Sell 24K Offers program. We're focusing on selling 24K offers. What are you talking about for the next 2 months? You doing focus on this $500, this $297. It's gonna be like, wait a minute. The same way that if you're married and you start hanging out with single people, you're gonna be like, wait a minute. Well, I guess I act single because I'm around these single people, right? And so the biggest thing is that that will help your belief and keep your belief centered is that you have to be around other people who are doing it, right? And so it's going to be hard for you to be in an environment where you're seeing people selling $24,000 offers. You're celebrating people selling $24,000 offers. You have a coach who is Arlena talking to you about selling $24,000 plus offers. It's going to be real difficult for you to revert back to focusing on the thing that didn't get you to six figures in quarter one, that didn't get you to six figures or multiple six figures, whatever your goal is in 2024 and 2023 or whatever the case is. Okay. And so that is what I wanted to tell you. Another thing I want to tell you is that if you are focused on creating your offers, marketing your $24,000 offers, and selling your offers, it's just going to be a different environment, a different type of belief system that is going to continue to grow. Because the one thing is, the Bible talks about how faith comes by hearing. That's a great scripture. I'll share that as well. But the Bible says that faith comes by hearing, right? And so if you're inside of the Sell 24K Offers program and you're hearing, you can do it. And you're hearing it's possible to sell $24,000 offers. And you're looking at people next to you and they're selling $24,000 offers. And every time we get on the call each week, you're infused with this possibility mentality, right? It's possible for you. It's possible for you to do it in quarter two, right? How can you revert back to selling a $7,500 offer? Revert back to selling a $2,500 offer when everyone around you is selling $24,000 plus offers, right? So that kind of thing. And that's why you saw Shanine today and you saw Cammie today, who were able to actually make their investment back, right? And you saw Clark yesterday, who was able in 1 month to make their investment back, because it's just a community of people who are locked in, who are plugged in and focused in on doing the same thing, right? So that type of thing, right? Now, that's the first thing, is that you have to believe, right? You have to believe that you can sell 4 offers. Let's go back to it. That you only need to have 4 clients if you just want $100,000, right? But let me know in the chat, like, how much money do you want to make in quarter two? And again, read the room. We talking about a 6-figure quarter, right? And so I need to see 100,000. I need to see 200,000. I need to see 300,000. Like, do not put in my chat that you're trying to make 40K in quarter two. Do not do it. Don't do it, right? Because why don't I want you to do it, right? Because then, I don't know. You're like, okay, I want 2 clients in quarter two. I want 2 clients. I just need 2 clients in quarter two. Well, here's my question to you. If you're like, Erlina, I need 2 clients in quarter two, and that's going to help me meet my goals. You know what my question is for you? Are you requiring those 2 people to pay you in full? Are you requiring those 2 people to pay you $24,000 in full? And if you can't receive $24,000 paid in full, and you can't straight tell a person that it's $24,000 to work with me, it's paid in full, I'm so sorry, that's it. Then here's the thing: you can land 2 clients in quarter two, and guess what? How much they gonna pay you up front? How much they gonna pay you in those 3 months? Not enough for you to pay yourself. Not enough for you to pay yourself. And so my biggest issue with business owners who are charging $100, $1,200, $500, who are charging $2,000, whatever the case is, and that's all they're focused on, they don't have a $24,000 plus offer, is that you can't even pay yourself. You can't even pay yourself consistently. So 1 month you may pay yourself, the next month you can't pay yourself. You know why you can't pay yourself? Because you keep allowing people to pay you whatever they want to pay you. You keep, like, I remember, and I talk about this a lot, but I remember, like, when I was in corporate, like, I was in leadership and management for like all my life. Like, my first job, I was a manager. My first job was Popeyes, y'all. But at Popeyes, like, I was a manager at Popeyes, and then I kept moving up. And I did management for over like 15 years. And the biggest thing for me, like, when I used to do job interviews, like, listen, they say the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. I 100% believe that. So I would do job interviews, and I would get on a job interview, be like, oh man, I'm gonna show up early, right? I'm gonna stay late, I'm gonna do all the things. You can trust me, you know what I mean? I'm excellent at my word, I'm meticulous, right? Like, I take my time, like, I'm acing the, test and all the things. Like, yeah, I'm great. You can hire me. I'm gonna be the best person. Like, I'm gonna leave late. Like, I'm gonna do all the things. And then they would say, okay, Erlina, that's so great. That's so great. I see you got all the degrees, and I see you gonna come early. You gonna stay late. You a team player. I see that, you going, all the things. Well, how much you want to get paid? Well, it's negotiable. It's negotiable. You can pay me whatever you want to pay me. It's negotiable. No, it's not. No, it's not. And no, it's not. And so you bring that on over to business, and you getting on calls with clients, and we can work this payment out however you want it, and you can pay me whatever you want to pay me, and whatever the case is, it's all good. No, it's not. It's not all good. It's not all good, right? Because a lot of times in business, if you're not paying yourself, there's different things that's happening. And one of the things is, and one of the biggest things I see is that most times, if you are, not paying yourself, it's like you're not even, this is really good. You are not, it's negotiable for you. It's not a requirement for you to pay yourself. But it's a requirement for you to get your clients results. But it's a requirement for you to show up early. But it's a requirement for you to stay late. But it's a requirement for you to be excellent in everything you do. But it's a requirement for you to give all you got. All your time. How much time you want? You can have it. How much results you want? You can have it. You want more? I'll give you more. All these different things, but it's not a requirement for you to pay yourself. But it's not a requirement for you to have all your needs met. I mean, Maslow's hierarchies of needs. You got to be taking care of yourself. Oh, well, I got my 6-figure job. I'm good. But you don't want that 6-figure job no more. You don't even like that job no more. Right now, for some of you, because I'm going to be honest, it depends. Like I had some days in my last job, right? My last job was a minute ago, right? Over 5 years ago, I worked for somebody else over 5 years ago, right? I've been in full-time business for over 5 years now. But I remember like there was parts of the job, right, that I did like, so I got paid all the time. But then it became a requirement for me, like, well, if I'm working on this job and I'm getting paid all the time, why would I not be getting paid all the time in my own business? It's not a requirement for you. But there were certain things, like I talked about this the other day, I think on Friday on a live, is that I was 24/7 on call. Like I was on call 24/7. So what that meant that my sleep was lousy. That meant that, there were so many things that I just, couldn't do. So what that meant is that, like, if I'm on call 24/7, right, and I'm not on vacation, that means I can't travel. I can't be out of town. I'm on call. If they need me at 3:00 in the morning, like I have to be half sleep. Like I got my fitness watch here, just took it off. But I can't be like half sleep or whatever the case is. And I can't be half sleep or whatever the case is. And the reason why I can't be half sleep or whatever is because if they need me at 3:00 in the morning, I'm going to have to get up, jump in the shower, whatever the case is, put my eyeliner on, because I don't be going nowhere without no eyeliner. Okay. In high school, it was earrings. Now, I don't know what happened, but now it's like eyeliner. Like I'm not going nowhere without eyeliner on. Like it's just not going to happen. But the truth of the matter is that the reason why, we accept things in our business, because a lot of times you guys are accepting things in your life, right? You're accepting things in relationships that you have no business accepting. Yeah, no business accepting some things. You're accepting things in relationships and friendships that you have no business accepting. And so you have friendships, and those friendships are just like, they wow, right? The friendships where, people can depend on you 24/7. You're 24, people depend on you, and or they can call you whenever they need something, right? You Johnny on the spot. But when you need something, when you need to be encouraged, when you need to be uplifted, when you need to be any of those different things, then guess what? They're not around, but you allowed it, right? It was negotiable for you, right? And so you have to get to a place in business where it's a non-negotiable for me to pay myself. What? Like I don't pay myself? Like how is this? It's not profitable? We're not making no profits? How? But it's negotiable for you, because you let somebody tell you that, oh, most businesses get in business and they don't have no profits, or they don't see any of the money in the first 3 years. What kind of businesses were they talking about? Because I'm pretty sure they weren't talking about the kind of business that you have. You just took it for you. Because and I feel like a lot of times people read that, or they see people who are well-meaning, well-meaning people. I don't believe that they, intentionally give away, information that keep you as a solopreneur. I don't believe that they, intentionally give information to you that keeps you, stuck, right? Or struggling, or whatever the thing. Oh, we got to talk about pain words too, because I need to talk about that. But if you're not paying yourself, you stuck. If you're not paying yourself on a regular basis, you're struggling. Sorry, you're struggling. And I don't think that people intentionally teach you the wrong things or whatever. I think they are well-meaning people. But I think what ends up happening is that they read something online, they get a course, and the Bible tells us that in all of our getting, we should get understanding. I think that people are just taking information from online, from courses, even from experts, people who know what they're talking about. Like, I hear this all the time. Like, people will say something like, well, you should have, 7 streams of income, right? And so people go and start 7 businesses, and they think that's 7 streams of income. Well, you got, some information, but you didn't get understanding. So first of all, you didn't even understand what the 7 different streams are, because 7 streams of income is not 7 businesses. Right? And so we can't read stuff, or we can't hear an expert say something, or read like a little bit of something from a book. We can't read a little bit of something from somebody's post, right? And we don't even know if the person who posted, like, even, we don't even know where they got the information from, because they could have just been regurgitating information from somebody else. And so now there's all this information that's out here on social media and out here on these streets that are not correct, but we're taking it as, oh my goodness, this person got a big following, they know what they're talking about. When in fact, not so, right? Or they post all the time, they know what they're talking about, and that's not the case. And so the Bible tells us in all our getting to get understanding, right? And someone said this, and I love it, is that knowledge needs to be applied, right? And so you don't know unless you've done. That's really good. And so there's a lot of people who know because they read in a book, right? But they haven't done. So let me give you an example. So I know about high level. So I know high level about PR. I know high level about Google ads and Facebook ads, and I know high level about television ads and placement ads, and I know high level about radio, and all the different things, because I have a master's degree in marketing. So I have high level. I studied the courses, and I got an A in them, right? So I think I got a B in like one course in my program, and I think I got a B in. Yeah, I think I got a B in like one course. All the rest of my courses, I got an A or A plus, period. Right. But here's the thing though. If I haven't done those list of things that I just rattled off to you, that doesn't mean, even if I got 100, that doesn't mean that I know them things. So there has to be a knowing through application, right? And so, for example, I'm telling you, sell a $24,000, you can create, market, and you can sell a $24,000 offer. And now, toward the end of, this is the last day of Q1, I have not only sold multiple $24,000, $30,000 plus offers, but now I have helped other people to create, market, and sell multiple $24,000 plus offers, right? I know because I've done it. I know because I've actually helped other people to do it. Knowing because you read it in a book, or knowing because you took a course and you got 100 in it, that's not really knowing. So I don't know who said that, but you really don't know unless, there has been an application to your knowing, and you need there to be an application to your knowing, because it's actually going to, help you to grow, right? Not even just to grow, but I mean, if you don't know it, then yeah. So you need to know, you need to be able to get understanding, and you need practical application. Okay. Practical application. And that's going to actually help you in Q2. So to kind of recap, is that number one is that there needs to be a belief. Well, number one. So number one is that you only need 4 clients in Q2 to be able to make $100,000. Let's say that the 4 clients pay you, let's say the 4 clients pay you $25,000. Okay. The 4 clients pay you $25,000. That is $100,000, right? If you need a calculator, like I would have needed a calculator, like think of like 4 quarters, right? That's 25 cents. That's that's $1, right? That's 25,000. That's $100,000. Let's say you got 8 clients in quarter three or quarter two, which is just 3 months, right? You got the 8 clients, then that would be $200,000, right? So that kind of thing. Or let's say if you got 6 clients, that's 2 in April, 2 in May, 2 in June, right? So those 6 clients at $24,000. So you can kind of do something like that, right? So that's over 6 figures inside of quarter two. So that's the first thing, is about how many clients you need. What is the price point? So is it 24,000? Is it 25,000? You may say, Erlina, hey, well, my offer is $50,000, right? So if my offer is $50,000, I want 4 clients in quarter two. That is $200,000, right? So that's doable as well, right? With a $50,000 client, we have a client inside of our program who I'm actually going to be doing a live with tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. CST time. And her offer is $50,000. Can't wait to talk to her. But her offer is $50,000. And so you can definitely have a $50,000 offer that you focus on. So that's the first step, right? How many clients you need, the price point, that's it. The third thing is that you need a belief system. So the belief system that we actually talked about is you actually, I like that. So you actually just needing to believe. So, 1 second, 24. So this is really good. Yeah, so this is good. So let me share my screen. Share your screen at least 2 monitors. Share screen works best on a good computer. So let's do, here we go. Ooh, I like this. So in right here, so JP Morgan Chase, this was 2021. So a JP Morgan Chase report in 2021 highlighted that the average revenue for Black female entrepreneurs was only $24,000 annually, significantly lower than the $142,900 earned by all white women-owned businesses. So this is JP Morgan Chase, and it is 2021 revenue disparity. A JP Morgan Chase report in 2021 indicated that the average revenue for Black female entrepreneurs was $24,000 per year. So this is why I am passionate about the $24,000 price point, and why I want you to actually focus on that $24,000 price point, is because of just that. Okay. And so this is actually the statistic here that I'm going from. So JP Morgan Chase, and there's the article, there's articles about it. And so here it is too. So this is actually a report that I actually read. That's pretty cool. So it looks like, wow, that's powerful. So when I put that in, JP Morgan Chase, $24,000 a year, Black women, my article that I actually wrote comes up. Oh, that's so powerful. I love that. Entrepreneur aims to empower 24,000 Black women to build $24,000 offers by end of 2025. Oh my goodness, I love that so much. So that actually comes up, and it actually talks about the challenge that I have. That is so good. So I love that. So let me stop sharing. But I love that I'm able to share, because I want to share some things with you tonight. So one of the things that I want to share with you all tonight is I want to share with you some videos from my clients. So I'm going to actually do that as well. So let's share this video here. Let's see. So super excited about this. Let's see. So I'm going to share my screen. And I'm going to share with you 3 of my clients and what they had to say about the program. I'm going to do one, I'll stop it, then I'll do the next one. So let me share my screen. And we're going to go to Facebook and here. And let's go ahead and play this. I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit because it's too loud. About how business gets to be easy, okay? Like it does not have to be hard. One of the things that my client Cami actually said, and we're going to be talking about
with everyone. So I am Cami, the AI auntie, and like you said, in this age of AI today, right? We all need to either make ourselves aware or know someone who's very aware in that space. And so I come from an ed tech background, so in technology. And when AI came out, I was so excited because of all of the opportunities and ways to navigate it. And so what I do is that I am basically a digital asset engineer. That means that I take AI and I utilize it in ways that are going to save me time, save me money, but mostly and most importantly, what I do for people is I show them who they are before they become that. And the way that I do that is through AI powered digital photography. And the beautiful thing about it is that so many people need to see something before it can happen, right? Like we've all had like vision board parties and things of that nature. So when I met you, that's exactly what I was doing. I was creating virtual photo shoots for people, mostly women. And it really helped to boost their confidence and move them in a direction to gain more momentum. And that's the other thing, right? So money moves with momentum, and we can talk about that a little later. But that's what I do. That's what I started doing when I came to you. However, being in the program, we have unearthed a whole new stream of income and a way to navigate this AI landscape, and I'm so excited about it because it's so great. So we can talk about that later too.
That is so good. And I'm seeing all these posts right now on social media, like, oh my goodness, like I just saw this Chat GPT. I can do an image with Chat GPT now. And you know what's so wild is that I'm looking at the images and they look so bad. They are so bad, like all over social media. But all the images that I've actually seen you do, like they're so professional. Like it's even hard for me to tell that this is even AI. So there is some, I know like this is also like, it's your background, it's also what you're doing. So you have like experience in it. So you're also like, you're actually helping people to present AI images and all the things in a way that looks original, which I just feel like is, I don't know, it's like it's hard for people to try to do it. Like people be out here trying, they try on these social media streets.
They do.
They do. But if they're ready for like an expert or someone who has a background and skills in it, that's where you come in. So I love that about you and what you're actually doing. What you're actually doing for people. So that's actually awesome. So I want to talk to you or get into can you tell us like who do you help? Like who do you work with specifically? Do you have like a specific like target audience? I know like, sometimes, I be like out here in these streets of my social media agency, like we a law firm agency, but let somebody come and they a doctor. Like I work with them. But for when it comes to like your audience and who you like, who you're working with, do you have someone that you work with or an audience that you more like working with? Not more like working with, but a target audience.
Yeah, I do. I do have a specific industry that I work with, and actually, it was through the program that we figured this out, right? So, it's hard when you're throwing a wide net out there, right? You get everybody, but you really do want to narrow that down. And so, who I serve are med spa owners and SDs, and they know who they are, right? So, and the reason I serve them is because it is something that I patron a lot, and knowing the background of what they do, what their pain sources are, and knowing that this type of service can really serve them and help them move the needle forward, I just feel like I want to do that for our community, right? For our people, especially for Black and Brown owned med spas and estheticians. I feel like it's needed, right? We see a lot of other people, right, who are out there who are doing the thing, who are utilizing AI to their advantage.
Yes.
But I feel like there's really nobody in the space serving this particular demographic with the AI the way that I do. And so I feel like it's really important.
I love that. So if you know someone who actually owns their own med spa, if you have a favorite med spa that you actually go to, you're watching us in the chat, let us know, comment your favorite med spa owner, shout them out in the chat, okay? Especially if they're not utilizing, AI to be able to attract more clients and all the things to their business. And so the next question I wanted to ask you is that when you joined the Sales 24K Offers program, what was going on with you that made you want to join?
So I had been utilizing some methodologies before I found the challenge. The thing about it is, though, so can I be really real for a second? Can I talk to the people for a second? So many of you might be like me where I was. And so this is where I was before I joined the program. So I saw the challenge, right? I came into the challenge. The information was phenomenal. I got so much from the information that you shared in the challenge alone. And then you made the offer to join the program. And so I said to you, Arlena, this is amazing. I really love what you're doing. I feel like I want to join this program. But I told you I had just joined another program, right? So I had just made an investment somewhere else.
I forgot about that.
Right? So we talked about it for a little bit. But you know how you're watching something, you're either on a webinar or an info session or a masterclass, and you feel the tug, right? You feel that pull, like I feel like this is really for me. I feel like this information was so good that if I had more, I know that it would move the needle for me. And that's how I felt. And so, I was just like, man, like, can I do this? Can I do both? Right? Can I make this investment over here and then make this? You know how you have buyer's remorse sometimes? People who purchase their homes and then they realize, oh, that was such a big investment. Right?
Yeah.
That was me. But we worked through that. I worked through that with your help. We worked through that. And I have to tell you, in all honesty, when you feel something like that, when you feel that tug, right? And listen, I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I believe that God moves us in the direction we need to be in. I believe that He puts people before us that we need to be in close proximity to. And that's what I was feeling. And I was just like, well, listen, I have to do this. Like, I shouldn't even be questioning it. This needs to happen.
That is so good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that, because I think I remember, like, I know we talked before, but I don't think I remember that it was because you had joined another program. So that's awesome. And so were you nervous about the investment? Were you nervous about the investment?
I was nervous about the investment because of that very reason. And then too, right, if I think back about it, and some of you may have experienced this as well, when you think back on it, you may have invested in other programs before, right? You may have joined a online business group or whatever have you, and you may be thinking, Well, I really didn't get the full benefit of that program or the full benefit of that business coaching, right?
Mhm.
And so then you may be wondering, is it going to be the same? Am I just going to get the same thing? Am I going to be a number sitting in a bunch of, group coaching calls, that type of thing?
Yeah.
And those are real thoughts that people, that people have when you're trying to make that
Mhm.
type of decision.
Yeah.
So I was a little nervous around making the investment for sure.
That's good. Thanks for sharing that. I think a lot of people, and even myself, like, oh my goodness, I remember when I made my first investment, and I was like, oh my goodness,
Right.
like, what did I do? My husband was like, what did you do? What is happening here? Like,
Right.
you scammed like on these online streets. So I love that you did share that you were nervous before you joined. And then you joined, and for you, like, what would you say was like your biggest, like, your biggest, not like your biggest takeaway from the program, because we still got like a lot of program left.
Yes.
But what I want to ask you is, what has changed, like, in your business, like, since joining, or in your life, like, what has changed for you?
So a couple of things, right? So
Mhm.
number one in life, I have more free time now. Like I've set
Mhm.
up my business in such a way that I know what I'm doing. I know what needs to be addressed. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. But that has afforded me more freedom in my life, right? So now the hubby's not like, you got to be on that computer all night long, right? Working on the biz, right? I'm no longer doing that because I have found the space and the freedom to to mitigate that. And so, what being in the program has done for me is that now I understand the way forward, right? I have systems in place and I have a way to navigate what I need to do. You are very clear with us about checking our numbers and our KPIs. These are like things that if you want to go into business, but you don't have a business background, right? Because I come from tech, right? And
Mhm.
even though I'm self employed, it's different than running a business. So just having those systems and those things in the background that that you don't know you need to have, right? But that you get an understanding of. And so I appreciate the way that you break that down for us and you explain it to us because it makes everything so much easier.
Aw.
And you navigate in such a way that you feel confident and self assured in what you're doing. And I
Mhm.
think that has made the biggest difference.
Oh, I love that so much. I
Yeah.
love the husband thing. Oh my goodness. Like, I remember like working so much like at night. And
Right.
like I'm talking about to 3 o'clock in the morning, just
Wow.
crazy stuff. And my husband would be like, oh my goodness, like, can you get like this business is like an issue for me. Um,
Right.
so I love that you're like, your husband, like you get to, you know,
Or even the children, right? Because when I started years ago, right, it was the children. Like you take time away from those that you love because you're trying to set up something that's going to be able to benefit the family at large, but you don't realize what you're taking away while you're trying to do that.
that's
And
good.
it helps so much to have someone who can help you navigate that and put the systems in process. It's basically like building a firm foundation, right? Like
Mhm.
you need that foundation so that you can move forward effectively.
That's really good. I love that. And
Yeah.
that's like that's my anthem song, that firm foundation.
Very good.
And yeah, I love, like, we need to have our firm foundation. So that's really good. The next question I want to ask you: how quickly did you start seeing results? People love the ROI, right? Like, when am
Yes.
I getting the ROI? But when did you start seeing results? And can you share a specific win with us that you have experienced?
Yes, I can. So, hey, everybody. I see everybody saying, hey. Um,
Hello, everyone.
I started seeing results right away, immediately, right? Um, However, I was struggling with being consistent. So my results weren't consistent beforehand, but after joining, the results became consistent. So, right. So I think I made my investment back like in the first 4 or 5 weeks, like the first month or so, like immediately, right? So I don't know about everybody else, but who's been in a program where you can say, I made my investment back in the first 4 weeks, right? So, you know, that was a positive. And if you just follow the steps, if we implement what you're telling us to do, then it becomes easy. It becomes so, I think I was making it so hard for myself. You know, we think like, I gotta have this lead magnet and I gotta have this funnel and I gotta have all the things in place. And you know what I mean? Like we're all, because somebody told us that, right? That's what somebody told us out there that we needed to do. But I want to encourage everybody to know, like, you don't have to. If that's not your mode of operation, then you don't have to lean into that. Lean into what works for you.
Yeah, that is so good. I love that you said that, because one of the things that like I never like do in business or try to do, and I feel like a lot of marketers or people who are marketing their services, what they do is they basically will tell you that, oh, well, your business is broken because you don't have a funnel, or you ain't getting clients because you don't have a website, or, you know, if you don't have this, you know, launch plan, and you know that's this thick long, and you need this book to launch, and and you got to have this part and that part and that part and that part, then you can't make money in your business. And those things are so wrong. Like we saw Clark, who's in the comments, like we saw with her, didn't have a website, didn't even have this long sales page. But people who do the things, people who create sales pages or funnels or who run ads and all the things, will tell you that you need those things to be able to win in your business. And it's just like, can we not, like, I do social media and stuff like that, but I would never tell a business that, oh, well, you can't be successful if you're not on social, because I have 7-figure clients who we started their social media pages. So I know that you don't need a social media, but I just wish that people would, you know, not use their service, like, you know, find another way to sell, right? Like, isn't it different? Because like you said, like all that stuff is not needed. So that's really good. I love that you said that. And so the next question I wanted to ask you is how does it feel to be focused? How do you feel to be how does it feel to be focused on selling $24,000 offers compared to what you were doing before? We did a training recently, a couple of trainings. We did one on Saturday, we did one on Tuesday, where you were able to like map out like your plan, like your specific plan to be able to hit your revenue goals for the year. And it was just so many light bulbs that went off for you. But how does it feel to be focused on selling $24,000 plus offers instead of what you were doing before?
So yeah, that's such a great question, Erlina. And I think there's a couple of things that go along with that, right? So first is the mindset. I think a lot of us, you know, we hear 24K offers and we're like, oh, I would love to do that, right? And then we get into it and we're like, can I charge 24K really? You know, like then you start like questioning yourself. But I think that is such an important lesson for all of us to learn how to value what it is that we do. Like,
that's good.
Like I'm really good at what I do, and I know that, right? Like I really am. And you're really good at what you do too out there, right? You are the expert, you know what you know, and you know it very well. So why not go ahead and have someone invest the value of what you can offer? And I think that was like a light bulb for me. It was just like 24K, really? You know, but here's the thing. In the program, we have been able, like you said, we had trainings, and we were able to map out what that looks like and what that offering would be for somebody. And I have to tell you, I'm in love with my services, because really it's kind of like a full life cycle implementation for people. And I think it's just going to be such a helpful thing to take such a load off of owners and what they do in their day-to-day. And I think that's the most important part, right?
Tell us more about that. Tell us more about what you're doing.
Right. So yeah, so as their digital asset engineer, what I'm doing is I'm engineering not only, right, their visual assets, which just basically means, right, their visuals for their social media and for their brand, but in such a way that is so like very natural and calling out the before and the after, right? Like the before identity and the after identity, right? This is the premise of their whole business.
Yeah.
Right? People come in, they come in because they want a service to boost their confidence, to make them feel better, to look good, right? And the visual assets go along with that. And so not only do we offer them the visual assets, but we help them in the background as well, right? With their content strategy, with their reach on the socials. And so AI is powering all of that in the background, and then it becomes so effortless and so easy. And so that's the kind of service that I'm offering to the owners.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. And I kind of cut you off for you to go into detail.
No, it's okay.
Sorry. I apologize because we were talking about like, your $24,000 offers and essentially like how like now the mindset shift is like, it just doesn't have to be hard like for you in business. So tell us a little bit more about like that mindset shift that you have.
Yeah, that's such a good, we have all seen people online offering different things. We've been in other master classes and other programs where they say this is the price, and you think, oh my goodness, like can I do that? Let me tell you something. There are people who value the price of something. And when they value the price of something, they're more invested, right? Which means now they're going to show up and do the work. They're going to follow the schematic that you have for them, right? They're going to implement the things that they need to implement. And you won't have to be pulling teeth. So these are the kind of clients that 24K offers call in. Yes. And that's what makes it not so hard. Because then you only need 4 of them, right? Or however many you need to meet your goal. And that's how it becomes effortless.
I love that. Because it's so good, because I remember at one point for me, like prior to, it was like I had 30 clients in a month. And I think that 30 clients I had in a month, that was like $3,000 for me because my packages were $100 a person. And so it's such a big difference because, now like 3 clients for me is like $90,000, right? So our done for you services. And so it's so powerful. And I love what you said, like it changes your whole perspective about, is this, if this hard or if this easy, just because of exactly what you said. So that's really good. People who are on the fence, there's some people like today we're raising the price, right? Super excited. Tomorrow we're raising the price for the services. There's some people who are watching this and they're on the fence. They're like, I don't know if I want to join. I don't know if it's a good fit for me. What would you say to those people who are watching and they're on the fence about joining?
Yeah, so 2 things. One, if you feel called to do it, then you need to do it, right? Don't question it. You just need to step out there and do it. 2, if the concern is, can I join this program? Can I make my investment back? Is it a good fit for me? Yes, yes, and yes to all the questions, right? I think that Arlena has had a number of people on, right? Shout out to all those in the program, right? Supporting each other's lives. We have all made our investment back, right? So that's not an issue. That's not a question. But I understand the thought process behind it, right? Because maybe you've invested somewhere before. Maybe you didn't see your return on that investment. Well, I'm here to tell you that this is a different type of program. Yeah. So what do I mean by that? So can I expound on that a little bit? A little bit. So we have all, if you're in this field and you're trying to run your business online, then you probably have come across many different service providers or business coaches. Let me just say that this program is very different from any other program you may have researched, heard about, or sat in a live challenge for. Okay. And the reason being is for a few reasons. One, Arlena is Christian, and I think she is moved by what God tells her to do, which makes a big difference. Two, she is really invested in her clients, and she wants to see you win. And I think that coaches who are invested in the people that they serve win bigger, right? Because like if you win, I win. If you win because of what I have poured into you, then that's a win for me, because that means that my services and my program have made impact and transformation in your life. And you are so patient with us, right? Like when we have our trainings and there is something that we don't understand, it may not have been in our awareness, you're very patient to break it down for us and to help us kind of digest it, in digestible pieces, right?
Yeah.
I teach tech, right? I teach adult learners, right? And we all learn differently, right?
Yeah.
Some of us are visual, some of us are auditory, some of us have to hear it and see it, right? And I think that you do very well in that space in terms of teaching and implementing for us in the background what we need to do moving forward. And I think that makes a big difference. I think that makes a huge difference.
That's so good. Thanks for sharing that. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's so awesome. So you made your investment back in 4 weeks. In the first 4 weeks of the program, you're able to just that mindset shift, because now you're actually able to have less clients,
right.
and hit your revenue goals. And so that's a game changer for you. And I love what it is that you do. So last thing I want to do is all right. So I wanted to go ahead and that was really good. And so that was a live that I actually did with our client Cami. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to go over some of the slides that I feel like are like super, super important for you to know about, just kind of information that's really good. So I talked about this kind of earlier, or you may not know. So why even listen? Why invest with me, right? And so we have a good 1 hour, right? A little bit over 1 hour before the program actually, or pretty much more than doubles, right? So I'm going to share that price point with you very soon. But why listen to me? So I have a master's degree in business management with a focus on marketing, right? Harvard certified in digital marketing. I'm certified through SBA Thrive Emerging Leaders Program for business owners earning $250,000 annual. So over 200. In order to even get in that program, you had to be above that level. I was awarded a trophy in 2023 for running a multiple six-figure business from Traffic, Sales, and Profit. That's the trophy there. Over 17 years of management experience leading teams and driving results. And so one of the things that I'm big on, and I want you to look at, is that it's the driving results part, right? And that's why you have seen, and you will see this week and next week, many of my clients who are coming up and, oh my goodness, I made my investment back in the first month. Oh, I'm selling a $24,000. Oh, I'll sell another one, and another one. Like, you just gonna keep seeing that, because I have 17 years of experience of driving results, right? And so the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And so I've been driving results as a manager and making sure that we hit our numbers in the corporate side, but making people hitting their numbers as it pertains to the done for you side, and it's no different. Is no different inside of my program, right? So I'm the founder of a successful marketing agency with $24,000 and $30,000 packages. And I have a proven track record of helping businesses generate measurable revenue through strategic marketing. And so Cami actually talked about in her videos, there's KPIs that we're actually, or key performance indicators that we're actually looking at. Experience in coaching and empowering Black women and how to create, market, and sell high ticket offers. So this year alone, I have helped a lot of women, hundreds, to the tunes of hundreds of women, to create, market, and to be able to sell their $24,000 offers. Okay. And so why aim for $24,000 offers? The average Black woman owned business earns $24,000 a year, according to JP Morgan Chase, right? And the reason why I want you to sell these $24,000 plus offers, not just because you only need 4 clients to hit 6 figures in Q2, but you also get fewer clients and more revenue. You also get less burnout and more freedom. You also get a chance to change your financial story. Your lifestyle will never be the same after you actually, hold on to that belief system and actually sell these $24,000 plus offers. And so, I actually talked about during the challenge is that, about your target audience and different things like that. I want to actually see if I can play this video for you here. I may or may not be able to, but I just want to see if I can. I think I cannot play it. So I'm going to have to get you that video. So I'm going to remove that. I am going to bring a video up for you so that you can actually watch that. I just believe is a powerful video that speaks to, my character, my experiences, and all the different things. So I want you to watch the video. I also have videos. Let me see. Is this what I want? Nope, not what I want. So let me find this video for you. But why I'm looking for a video. This is a good video that I want you to watch. I'm going to open up.
My name is Uralis Ferdinand. I help experts monetize their expertise by developing online courses, online programs that they can license to corporations or sell directly to consumers. And Erlina, what a day. Yeah, so I closed $45,000 in sales yesterday.
Yay! Wait a minute. Everybody need to get everybody off mute. Let's celebrate her. I want everyone. That was actually from day 3 of our challenge. She actually shared it on day 4, but it actually happened on day 3 of the first challenge we actually had. You've seen videos of clients who've actually been able to make their investment back. I just showed you the one video from the one client. This is another video from a client we actually just talked to.
Hi, this is Cami, the AI auntie. I joined the 24K Offers Challenge not too long ago. And after that, I joined the program. So the challenge was just amazing. There was so much good information in the challenge alone that I knew I had no choice but to join the program. I've been in the program now for just a few weeks.
So that's really good. And she actually talked a lot about, during the live video that we watched, about her wins, her results inside of the program. So that's super awesome. There's another video I want to get for you and play with you. Let me see. I think that's not it. Let's see. So as I'm looking for, here's another client.
Good afternoon.
That I want you to see.
My name is Chef Clark. I happen to be a coach for weight loss. I help individuals lose anywhere from 10 to 19 pounds, as much as 19 pounds in 3 days. I'm a vegan chef, a licensed sushi chef. But outside of that and working with Erlina, because that's what this video is about, She is amazing, mind blowing. Like, I'm so happy. Like, this is the best money I have spent. And this year has been an absolute roller coaster. She has gotten me to do things in these 3 weeks. It's just been 3 weeks that I haven't done in 3 years. She is amazing. And what can I say? It's the best amount of money that you can spend working with this woman. I mean, 24,000 K is not easy.
So that's a client that I actually, I want to actually share you that video as well. And so I'm going to actually go and get the video from our session with Clark. I'm also going to share the section that we actually did with another client. So these are but I'm super excited to share these. And so let's go. Super excited. So I'm going to remove this one. So this is my client, Clark, who actually is inside the program. And I mean, just amazing experiences that she's actually having in the program. And so here we go. You know, in like 2 seconds when we live.
Oh, please.
You can see us.
Position in a different chair is the light.
So yeah, I'm excited.
Here we go.
We did it.
We finally did it.
Yeah, we finally did it. So super excited. I wanted to make sure that they can see. Oh yeah, they can see both of us at the same time. So great.
Great.
So now that we're live and I see people are on, thanks for joining us live.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. And so I want to talk with you about, let me see, and I lost the live, but we're still on, I believe.
We're still on. Okay.
Still on. Yeah, we are still on. So what I want to do is, hey, Shanine.
Well, as a licensed trained sushi chef, this is like my second career, and I'm also a lifestyle vegan coach.
Yes, love that. So let me ask you this question. So when your clients come to you, they pay you, what results have you been getting your clients? And you've been getting your clients amazing like results that, can I say, Wegovy and getting people these type of results? Can I say that what's that other one's called? You're getting better results than Wegovy is getting. And so tell us what type of results you've been getting your clients, and even in a time frame. Can you talk about?
Sure. First, I just wanted to share with everyone that I was coaching before I became a chef. I've been a chef for about maybe 7 years now. So I've been coaching before chefing because it was more so me losing the weight, keeping it off, and how to keep it off. And that's what became my reason for becoming a chef, right? Getting in the culinary business. So I myself am someone who lost 85 pounds in 3 months through a program that was God divine, God ordained, like put it in my head. And the very thing that I did, I started sharing. I started with my line sisters, and it went from there on to just, people, alumni chapters, and just everything. Like everybody just went wild. So here we are today, 8 years later, and I'm about maybe 750 clients and counting. So the time period, it is a 3-month journey. I let people, we're working on that. I let people come to me for 6 weeks. It's separated into 3 programs. The first 6 weeks, I get the height, the weight, the medical history.
Yeah, so not to cut you off, but
no,
I just want you to share, because I do want you to share, go into like, your process and all the things. But first, I want you to tell the people, like, what results have you been getting your clients? Like your last couple clients came to you. What results are they getting?
Oh, sure. My last 3 clients, 6 weeks, 35 pounds, over 50, has been taking high blood pressure for 32 years. Numbers went down in 60 points. And I've had the heartfelt, MP4, which I've shared with you, of clients just telling me like, my pressure has not been this way. I am medicine free and I'm 35 pounds, into my journey. Someone else, another client, Clark, I am 45 pounds down. This doesn't even seem real. Is this possible? I'm in clothes I haven't been in 15 years. That has just been the past 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And then they get to go on to phase 2.
Yeah, that is so awesome. So congratulations. And there's so many other clients that you've told me about, and they're getting amazing results. And not just on the scale, but also, like you said, like their blood pressure is like it hasn't been in all the things. So if you even go on her page and check her out, and I'll allow her to share that towards the end, you'll see these before and after pictures that are just amazing. So I want to talk about the Cell 24K programs, and even like how did you meet me? How did you even meet me? Let's go there.
I saw that cute animated icon with the horn, and it was like 24K, and I was like, is that possible? 24K? Is she crazy? Like, what? And I saw the video about, JP Morgan, and I knew I had a good product, and it was faith-based. And I'm here because of my faith. Like, I'm doing what I'm doing, not because I'm watching someone else. I'm doing what God told me to do, which is kind of like sometimes you step out and you're like, is this what you sure it's me? You sure you want me to do this? So that was one of the reasons that I was attracted to you. And you was a cute little brown girl, and you were like 24K. And as I heard you, I said, you know what? I'm just going to step out on faith. I ask my clients all the time to trust the process and to trust me. What I need to trust someone. So that's what got me here.
That's so good. And so you saw the ad, and then you joined the 24K Offer Creation Challenge. And how was the challenge?
It is challenging because it's going up against your limited beliefs. It's going up against the things that you cannot see about yourself in the business standpoint. And I mean, the KPIs, the CTAs, just being in that space of the verbiage, just being able to talk about numbers and your measurable results and what did you do, and like it's constant. There's no room. Like you will say, I don't see anything on your stories. What's up? So that's good.
That's really good. So let me ask you this question. So before you joined the program, so you've been in the program for what, almost 6 weeks now?
Yes.
Yeah. So before you joined the program, did you have any? Well, why did you join the program? Like, what made you join the program?
I joined the program because I experienced like an apex in 2020. And then after that, it was like, I felt like I was on the precipice and it was going somewhere. And then like anything in business, whatever goes up, honey, it does come down. It doesn't have to go all the way down, but it's just knowing how to pivot, knowing how to just go with the flow of your business, or understanding what do you need to do? What else, what are the changes? And I had lost my dad last year. I lost my Facebook page. I lost 10,000 followers. Just like that. No answer, no anything, and 3 business pages. So I was like, I need a miracle. I need to figure this out. And there were so many other people that were out there offering what you were offering, not 24K per se, but I do see that now. I see a lot of that now. I didn't see that before. But just saying, hey, if you want to improve your business, and I'm in the culinary business, so there's programs out there we can get you to start meal prepping. But what really got me was a cultural connection.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really got me in terms of you being a stand for women of color. It made me understand that's what I do. I am as successful as I am because people understand where I am coming from.
That's
Period.
good. That's so good. And so when you joined, so before the program, so I want to talk about so you joined saw the ad, you joined the challenge, and then you decided to join the program. So let's talk about that, because there is an investment like for the program, right? And so have you ever made an investment like this program before?
Culinary school, yes. I mean,
Culinary.
I'm just saying my newfound, with this newfound career, it's even odd to say because I love doing it so much, or with this newfound calling, right? I'm an aging woman over 50, so this is like very new for me. So to take on this type of investment at this time, it's kind of like, okay, well, you know what, God, if you're telling me I'm not getting any roadblocks, then I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah. So was it easy for you to make the investment? Like, what was your mindset? What was your state? Like, was there any fear?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
tell us about that.
Yes. There was the fear of actually, what's interesting? I was moving when I did join your program, which was even more of a gamble. Like, who does that? Who moves? And I wasn't even planning on moving. Like, I mean, I was planning on moving, but I didn't necessarily know if the unit that I wanted was available. And I was like, you know what? It's going to be way more money to move. I'm not going to do that. And then there was your program. And I was like, how am I going to swing? And as soon as I said yes to you, and I made that decision that I was going to do your program, it was like the clients started coming in. It was like, oh, I get it. I have to like bet on black, right? I always do, but bet on black, go that way and see what happens. And I met the most amazing women in the community and who also needed my services. And that's in real time. I mean, I don't know if you want to get into revenue and all of that, but I am thankful because when you broke it down to me, just the conversation of what revenue is and what cash flow is, and in my mind as an entrepreneur, is all for grabs. Bills to pay, it's all mine, and just having that conversation and saying, hold on, revenue looks like promise. This is promissory notes. All these conversations were new for me.
That's really good. So let me ask you this question. So you got into the program. You said there was some fear that did come up before joining the program. You had stuff going on. You were in the process of moving, just a lot of stuff that came up. But you asked me, do you want to talk about revenue in the program? So you've been in the program so far for 6 weeks, right? Have you made your investment back yet?
I made my investment 7 times that. I'm just talking about the initial, because you do create a way. It's not like I had this wad of cash and it was just like bang. I mean, it was a payment plan, and I've been true to that. And when I look at what I gained for that, just stepping out on faith, just saying, okay, all right, I'm gonna try it.
So that's a great question. So you took the payment plan option for the program, but for the entire payment of the entire program, if you look at the cost of the entire program, you make your investment back from the entire cost of the program.
Yes, I did. That's what I meant when I say 7 times fold. Like
7 times that.
I did that. And that was solely behind your coaching and being a stand for me to up my prices. And I thought I was doing it. Don't get me wrong. Like when I say I thought I was doing it, because I really provide extraordinary results for my clients. But there was something where you communicated, you know, when you don't up your value or up your price, you're saying like that was one of the things. That was one, not, you know, the thing. It was one of, because there were so many jewels you dropped in that class.
That's really good. So let me ask you, okay, so you made your investment back and you can share. So do you want to share how much revenue?
My revenue was 26. And then I have some things that might have fell away from that. There were some clients that was just like, you know what? And that is something I can discuss. I just want to.
All right, so that was so good, and I wanted to pop back in, and so you got to hear now from 2 clients, some people from the challenge. Actually, have another video for you that I want to share as well, just with some different clients and things like that. We are about 40, maybe 50 minutes away, maybe less than 50 minutes away from our cart closing. Okay. And our cart is actually going to close. And so when you actually click on the sell 24koffers.com after midnight, it's actually going to either, I don't know, it depends. So we have different links. So we have one link where you go directly to that link. So if you go directly to that link and not go to sell 24K offers, then it may take you to the sales page, but the price is going up. And so we had some errors, excuse me, some typos, some different things that actually went out throughout our content, our emails, different things across social, where there was a misunderstanding of even what our let me make sure I stopped sharing. I think I did stop sharing. Yeah. So I stopped sharing. So there was a misunderstanding about what our price is going to tomorrow. And so I want to clarify that, right? And so initially there was, thinking that, hey, our price was going to go from that $5,000 for the program to $12,000 for the program. And so what we actually did was and decided on is that the program is actually going to $24,000. So here's the thing. The program is worth $24,000, if not more. A lot of times when, programs and people are like, putting out, hey, you get like what the ROI look like. So what does the ROI look like? So a lot of times people are looking to 3 times their investment, 5 times their investment. And so as you have seen, like with different clients who have come up, like our clients are in 1 month making back, their entire investment, or they're making back 7 times their investment. And so what it should tell you as a business owner, and what it tells us, is that we have so much leeway, so much room to actually increase the price point of the program. And so our program after tonight is going to continue to be a 6-month program, right? It's a 6-month program. And in that 6 months, I really want people who are wanting to at least get, let's say in that 6 months, 8 to 10 clients, like minimum, inside of that 6-month program. So when you actually join the program and you, let's say, for example, and I'm going to share my screen because it's just fancy pantsy like that with this ability. So what I want to do for you is I want to show you some numbers. So I'm going to share my screen and show you this. And so let's see, I think it's here, calculator. So we go to the calculator, which I love. It's like one of my favorite apps in the entire world is the calculator. But if you go to the calculator, and I was wondering if I can make this big. I don't think I can make it bigger, but hopefully, let me see if you could see it. So if you are actually inside of the program and you have let's say you're inside the program and you're actually you're focusing on a $24,000 offer. Okay. So that's $24,000 inside of the calculator. Then what you're able to do is if you actually take and times that by, let's say, for example, in that 6 months, you only focused on getting 8 clients in 6 months, right? 8 clients in 6 months. That's $192,000. If you focused on and you were able to in 6 months, right? Let's say not in 6 months. So let me clear that out. So you focus on a $24,000 offer, and then you times that by 10 clients. So you're focusing on getting, let's say, 10 clients, which is less than 2 clients a month. That's $240,000. If you focused on, hey, Erlina, I really want to get 2 clients at $24,000 a month, that's $48,000. And then times that by 6, that is $288,000. And our new investment for the program is just $24,000. And so you would literally still be at $264,000, even if you said, hey, Erlina, well, I'm just going to focus on getting 1 client a month inside of the program. So let's say it's 24,000 times that by 6, that's 144,000. We take away the price point of our program, you still are up $120,000. And so I don't know about you, right? I don't know about you, but if someone says, hey, give me $24,000 and I'll give you $120,000, right? I mean, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it every single time. And so tomorrow, right? Put it in the chat, you watching live. Tomorrow, we are raising our price to $24,000 for 6 months because of those numbers, right? So $24,000. So here's the thing. The program is working, and it's working for our clients. But whether or not you buy tonight, right? Whether or not, you get the emails, you watch us live, and you decide to go to sell24koffers.com, which you can do in the chat, right? Go to sell24koffers.com. But whether you sign up or not, tomorrow we are increasing our price to $24,000. And so to join the program, and that's for 6 months, not for 12 months. So the 12-month program is now $24,000 to actually join. And the investment will be that tomorrow. And that's exactly what it is. It is an investment. So tonight you can actually go to sell24koffers.com to join the program. If you use Klarna, it's as low as $254.45 to join us, right? So as low as $254.45. I'm going to actually go to the link so that you can actually see the link. And I will share my screen with that link. Okay. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to go right to the program page. And so here we are. So make in 6 months what most don't make in a year. Most business owners are not making $240,000 in a calendar year. Okay. And so, or even if you said, I'm going to focus on selling 6 offers in 6 months, 1 client a month, right? Or let's say you took your first month to learn and, get strategy and all the things, which I'm 100% against. And you took the last 5 months to actually sell 6 clients, that will be you would still profit $120,000. inside of the program. And so with the Sell 24K Offers program, I help Black women, coaches, consultants, service providers create, market, and sell $24,000 offers so they hit their revenue goals. And so this training from the $24,000 creation challenge has been up for a while. We will be taking that down tonight. And then this is not a course. It's a weekly live coaching. So it's not a course. When I actually decided to actually do the program, I was thinking about, man, for $5,000, this should be a course, right? And it should be a course because there's many courses that are $5,000. But I was like, hey, this should just be a course. But I was like, I would never create something that, number one, statistically, you don't open it, right? And on average, people do not open courses. They do not finish courses. So if I want you to win, why in the world would I create something? Why in the world would I sell something to you that you're not even going to use, right? You're not going to use it. You're not going to open it. Like, the math just did math to me for me making a course for you, knowing those statistics. And so so what do you get? So I was thinking about making it a course, decided that I can't, because I know what you'll get, what you'll not do, right? Statistically. So some people do, they're in the courses and they'll do it, but on average, people don't, right? So what you get in this program is you get weekly live coaching calls. So each week on Tuesday, you actually get real-time feedback, real-time strategy every Tuesday at 7:00 p.m. CST time. And so every single Tuesday. And so for 6 months, so 6 Tuesdays in a month, you actually get that. Not only do you get that, you get individualized strategy, right? So not fluff, right? Not, hey, like, I don't know what people be saying, but not fluff. Is actually strategy that will actually help you to actually get to the goal, right? So if it's 6 clients, if it's 8 clients, if it's 10 clients, if it's 12 clients, whatever the case is, you'll actually get a strategic plan as to how to do that. In addition to that, you are actually going to get, I will take my time to pour into you individually, right? So whether it be relevant to creating your $24,000 offer, marketing it, or selling it in a group capacity, right? I teach you exactly what I have done to sell multiple $24,000 plus offers over the years. None of this is theory. It is all based on experience. So remember when I told you about, like, yeah, I've taken classes in PR. I've taken classes in radio. I've taken classes in all those different things as a part of my marketing program. But have I done it, right? Have I done a press release? But, right, have I actually, like, and I've been on TV, so I guess that one don't count, right? But I have not, I don't have the, the deep experience of someone who actually, that's what they do all day is PR, right? So that kind of thing. Like, I can give you surface level stuff that I've done, but that's not what this is. This is, I've actually been able to create, market, and sell. And I have proven in 2025, I have proven that not only am I good with creating, marketing, and selling my own $24,000 offers, but there's so many Black women this year that I have actually helped them to create, market, and actually sell their own $24,000 offer. So this is not theory. This is something that I am living, right? I'm still going to be selling $24,000. This program tomorrow is going to be $24,000. I am not going to be, preaching and posting and, oh, you should be focusing on $24,000 offers, and my offer that I'm focusing on is not $24,000. The math just doesn't math to me, right? It doesn't make sense for me to do such. And so I will not, right? And ROI is there. This program is actually worth that and plus some, because even after you finish the program, you are going to leave with the skills to be able to continue to sell $24,000 programs and offers, right? For the life of your business. So what you're actually learning, the skill sets to create an offer, to market, right? To market yourself, to be able to sell. Like, you're going to have that for the life of your business, and you're never going to have a month, you're never going to have a year where you're not able to be able to pay yourself, to know exactly what to do to pay yourself, to know exactly what to do with not all this fluffy stuff, not all this, oh, you need a funnel, oh, you need to run ads, oh, you need to do this, oh, you need all these marketing tactics without a full strategy that makes absolutely no sense, right? And so that's what you're not going to have. Another thing that I wanted to go over is, who is this for? So this is really good. So who is this for? So this is for, I made this with Black women in mind who are coaches, consultants, and service providers. So you are a coach, you are a consultant, you are a service provider, or maybe you really are great at the thing and want to, there's a typo, and want to package it into a $24,000 offer. But this will work for you if you have a college degree or spend a period of time, more than 5 years, getting good at one thing, right? And so do you have to have a college degree? No. So either you have a college degree in something, but more importantly than a college degree, because I talked about it, yes, I have a master's degree in marketing. Am I an expert in Google Ads? No, right? I am not, right? I know high level. I can teach it from a high level. Practically, have I jumped in there and done it? Even in my agency, I hire an expert to come and do it, and I don't even try to learn it. That's a whole nother story. I'm not going to get into that. But there's certain areas inside of my business, I just hire people to come in, and then I allow them to wear their expert hats. I don't try to be and do all the things in my business. I am a whole CEO. I'm CEO minded, right? I'm not solopreneur minded. I can go on that all day, but I'm not going to go on that tangent. You are ready to make multiple 6 or even 7 figures in your business. You want a faith-driven coach who will push you to win. People who love Jesus is not my target audience. I love Jesus, and I talk about scriptures a lot. And even if I don't reference the scripture, I might not say, hey, this is Mark 11:23. I might not say, hey, this is Mark 9:23. But I will ask you, hey, do you believe? Do you believe what you're saying, right? So that type of thing. If you've tried all the other things, you've had the coaches, you've been in the masterminds, right? You've, purchased the courses, you downloaded all the, freebies, whatever the case is, and you find that you're not hitting 6 figures in a quarter, that you're not being able to pay yourself and all the things, to have the freedom that you've got in business to have, then this is the program that you should be in. If you are going to make more money in your business, if you show up and do the work, we have weekly sessions and daily support in the program. So one of the things that is new, I'm going to stop sharing this for a second. But one of the things that I actually added to the program is that I'm actually going to give you a money back guarantee. Why am I doing this? This is like, I believe that if you are not able to make a return, if you're not able to make a return on investment, and not even that you got your investment back, so you pay $5,000, you get $5,000 back. That's not what I'm talking about. If you don't make at least 4x your investment, then I'm going to give you all your money back. You know why? Because I know what I'm doing, because I trust in me. And so there are conditions to it, absolutely, right? Because people get in coaching programs all the time. They don't come to the session. And I don't care if they pay $30,000. People pay for done for you services, $50,000. They sure do. Don't come to the sessions. Don't give their creatives, or, they bought a done for you service. They thought that it was done without you. We're not having that conversation right now. Right. And blame you the reason, right, that, it ain't working for them, but they wanted a done without you service. And that's not what a done for you service is. We're not having that conversation right now. We can talk about that later. But So you have to show up to the sessions. You have to actually apply the information that I'm teaching. If you show up to the sessions and you apply the information I'm teaching, that's not you hear what I tell you to do and then you go do something else. I tell you, hey, focus on the $24,000 offer, and you pushing something that's $500. And you only posting about the $500 thing, and you only talking about the $500 thing, and you spend weeks or months on a $500 thing, when I told you to join this program and sell a $24,000 offer, and then you wondering why you ain't get your 4X on your investment. Nah, you ain't getting your money back. You ain't getting your money back. The video's there. It's clear, okay? However, if you actually are focusing on your $24,000 offer, posting about it, doing the things I say, because posting is not a marketing strategy, it's a tactic, and you need the strategy to be able to inform what the tactic is. You'll learn about that in the program. So I can share what that is, right? So a lot of times people are doing tactics and thinking that the tactics are actually the strategy, right? Or the tactics, I do the tactics and then I hit the goal. But there should be a strategy, and the strategy should tell you what tactics to do, and the tactics should be in line with the strategy. And then that's how you actually create, the KPIs based on the strategy, right? And in the tactics together. But anyway, let's move on. But you actually do the things. I will give you a strategy, a strategic. Okay, this is what you should be doing. High level, this is what you should be doing. These are the tactics that you're doing. And then these are the key performance indicators that indicate that that what you're doing tactic-wise is in line with the strategies to be able to get you the revenue. I break it down inside the program. So, but you have to be able to do that. So do all of those things in simple as I give you some instruction, you got to be coachable. If you're not coachable, you're not getting a refund. Coachable looks like, again, your belief system has to do something. I believe the chair is going to hold me. That's why I'm sitting on it. That's why I'm spinning around in it, because I trust the chair. You have to get in the program and have a belief system, right? A belief that it's going to work for you, or unfortunately, what's going to happen is, if you don't do the things, then you're not going to get the results to be able to do the things, period. So lastly what? So lastly, what you're going to have to do is, in order to so that's it. So you're going to have to do that. So you'll get a refund. If you don't 4X your investment during the time you're in the program, I will give you a refund. Because you know why? Because I'm tired of, y'all know how coaches be coaching, whatever the case is. I created this coaching program because I want Black women to win. I want you to be able to pay yourself. I want you to be able to have freedom. I want you to be able to be successful in your business and not need a man, not need a job, not need any of these different things to be able to be your source, right? God is your source, and I believe that he can use your business to bless you, to prosper you, but you need to know how to create offers and position those offers, market it, right? And to be able to sell it, right? And so those three things go hand in hand. And so, yes, if you join this program and you actually do the things that I share with you to do, you're coachable. I know you're going to get an RX. I know you're going to get you're going to 4X your investment, right? Clark actually shared, and I just shared the video that Clark shared. She 7X'd her investment, and she 7X'd her investment in 5 weeks, right? Other people in the program have done it as well, right? So when you actually are coachable, do the things, I will give you your money back if at the end of the program, you have not at least 4X your investment, which is not that much money, right? That's like one $24,000 offer. Or if you haven't made $24,000 because of my coaching inside of that 6 months, I'll give you your $5,000 back, period, right? So you go to sell 24K offers, to join the program. The program is not going to be, it's going to be $5,000 for another, 20 minutes or so. So 25 minutes. I'm going to actually end this live when it's 11:59. Okay. So at 11:59, that is when we are done. It's closed for shop. I am changing the price to this program to $24,000. It will be $24,000 to join. And so if you slept, because you watch this tomorrow and you like, man, I should have joined Erlina's program. Well, it wasn't pressure. I told somebody this on the phone because somebody was like, Erlina, I feel pressure like that, I got to sign up by Monday. And what I told her is that last week, I went to Atlanta to go hang out with my mastermind family. And when I went to hang out with them, I made a decision at the last moment to go. Now, I had circumstances that, made me like push my decision back. Right. And so I had decided to go, had signed up to go, but a circumstance had came up with my son, and my son needing to, have care. He's in daycare. He doesn't have a nanny or childcare. He doesn't have a nanny. And so he needed support, right? It was spring break, and I'm like, oh shoot, he doesn't have school this week because they follow the spring break session. So it's either my husband or it's me, or we ask, some of our family, some of our close friends to be able to watch him. I'm very particular about that. I got one son, right? I can't be out here playing in these streets, right? I'm not Jesus. I'm not God. And God has his one son, Jesus. That ain't me, okay? Like, that's my boo-boo, that's my baby, and that's it, that's all. So I was going to be his mama, okay, and be there for him. A situation actually opened up where I did not have to watch him. My husband was able to do so. And so in the last minute, it was a Tuesday. I decided on a Tuesday to go to Atlanta on Wednesday. I bought my ticket at the last minute. That ticket was 3 times the price, okay? It was 3 times the price. And it was 3 times the price because I took a while to buy that dip, right? Like, I took a while. And of course, like, I was still deciding if I was going to go or not because of the situation with my son. But it is what it is. You join tomorrow, you join at $24,000. Now, here's the funny thing about God. When God tell you to do something, God said, hey, Erlina's your coach. God ain't tell you that Erlina's price is going to stay the same. God is all knowing. He's all sovereign. And he ain't going to tell me, Erlina, you should change your price back to $5,000 because such and such and such didn't join. So he going to be like, Erlina then posted all these posts. You didn't got the text messages, the social medias. She didn't went live on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook. She didn't send you email after email. She didn't schedule multiple emails out. That dip is $24,000. Okay. And so it is what it is. So you can go to sell24koffers.com. You have access to Klarna, which enables you to just put down $254.45. Now, there is a stipulation. That stipulation being you have to have, I think, 630 credit score, but not even just a 630 credit score. You also need to have a good income to credit ratio, right? And so if your income to credit ratio is high, that just means, like, let's say, for example, you have $100,000 worth of credit, like, that you can spend. Let's say you didn't spend up the $90,000 of that dip. Your income to credit ratio was high. They will probably not approve you for the $254.45 down. Okay, so then you would have to pay that $5,000 in full. Okay, but again, if you actually join the program at the $5,000, you don't 4x your investment in the 6 months inside of the program. I will refund you your money, right? And so honesty, integrity, I need to know, right? The Bible says that let God be true, the men be lying. Let God be true, the men be lying. I ain't say it. That's what God said, okay? That's what God said. So it is take it up with God. Take it up with the scriptures, right? Men be lying. So anyway, it is what it is. I want to tell you this. I want you to be inside the program. We got exactly 20 minutes before the clock strikes. Woohoo! But listen, this is what I'm going to say. Whether you get in the program tonight or whether you get inside the program tomorrow, I know you're going to get inside the program. Like I didn't know I was going to take that flight, but I took that flight, right? But I took that flight and I paid what I had to pay. So you just won't have to pay what you got to pay. But I do think that if you do have to pay the $24,000, it's going to be a good thing for you, because some people need to invest $24,000 to be able to charge $24,000. Now, that's not for everyone, right? It's not for everyone. And how do I know that? Because I have clients who actually joined the program and actually charge $24,000. So again, people will just be saying whatever they want to say to sell you their stuff. That's not Erlina, right? And so people will tell you, oh, well, the reason why you can't sell this is because you ain't investors. Nah, that's not so. The reason why you can't sell it is because you don't believe you can't sell it. That's the problem. It's your belief system. It's not something that some coach that made up and put on you. No, that's their problem. Okay, that's not your problem. You don't have to invest $24,000 to sell $24,000. How I know? Because this year I got clients who actually sold $24,000 plus and never invested $24,000 in coaching, right? And then, I mean, people just be making stuff up, right? Because have you invested $24,000 in your education? Like, you've invested a $24,000 before, right? Your house is a $24,000 offer. Your car, more than likely, we're looking for a car now. And we were looking at Lexus today. I'm looking at Mercedes. My husband's looking at me like, we don't want no Mercedes. Mercedes is not a good car. I'm like, we got a Lexus. Let's have a Mercedes too. But anyway, we're looking at it. And we're looking at the cars or whatever, but more than likely you're in a $24,000 investment. So don't let people tell you stuff that don't make sense. Because people just will tell you stuff that don't make sense so that you can buy a $24,000 thing. That's not what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you that the ROI is right? And even at the $24,000 level, I'm gonna tell you that if you don't for extra investment inside the program, then you're gonna get your money back, because I believe that which you come into the calls, you're going to get your belief system shifted. You're going to be around people who are selling $24,000 offers. You're going to be around me. I'm selling $24,000 offers. So that's going to help you so much. So I'm super excited about that. But again, 19 minutes left for you to make that decision. But super excited. So I'm going to end the last 19 minutes with a video that I'm super excited to share. So I'm actually going to get that video and then we're going to move from there. So 1 second while I get that video for you. And we're going to close out with this. I guess I'll come on for the last couple of minutes before the so yeah, I'll come back on. I will come back on before we are done. Let me remove that from the studio. Let me share my screen. So and multiple $24,000 offers and focusing on that. And so this year I actually opened up a coaching program, Sell 24K Offers. And today I have one of my clients on who I just love her so much. Like, every single client that I have they're just so different, but we have so many similarities. Our faith being one. We both have young children, like a young child, right? Mine's is 2, yours is 1, right?
1, and then I have another 6. Yep.
So it's just a lot of similarities there. But I'm super excited to talk to Shanine today and for you to get to know about her, what she does. So Shanine, like, introduce yourself to the people. Let them know what you do.
Yes. Hey, everyone. Thanks so much, Erlina, for bringing me on this lovely Monday morning. So hey, everyone. So my name is Shanine. What I do is pretty much I help professionals, experts. I help you package your story and your expertise and turn it into a high quality, profitable book so that you can, of course,
expand on your influence, grow your income, grow your impact. That's pretty much what I do in a nutshell. I love walking my clients through the process of that. And it just brings me joy because I feel like everyone has a story and everyone has expertise and experiences to share. So yeah, that's what I do.
I love that. And so tell the people, like, you have been getting, and I tagged you when you're meant to at everyone, but you have been getting your clients amazing results. And so, and you share them on your socials so well, right? And so one of the things that, and so, yeah, so when people come to you, what results have you been getting them? Because you have been getting amazing results. Like, people are launching their books, and I mean, they just get into the money. Okay. So can you share with us, like, what is the difference? Like, there's, author coach, book coach, like, there's a lot of people in the marketplace that's like, that's what they do. But I believe you're best in the world at it, in the sense that you have this, like, this visionary mindset that it's not like, hey, I just want you to get the book, but the focus on impact, the focus on income. So tell us about some of the results that you have been getting your clients.
Great question. So, and I love that you mentioned that, because that's before I bring any client on, I'm always asking them, okay, like, what's the overall goal? What type of impact you want to make with this book? Because I believe as long as you're making impact, the income's going to come, right? So with my clients, I've been able to help them get consistent sales every month from their book, bring in multiple 4 figures every month. We had one client recently, we helped her make her first $5,000 in pre-sales during the first 30 days of her launch. Our mini goal is, like, I'm like, you're gonna make at least your first 4 figures, right? And then we can expound on that, because I'm big on the fact, like, if you can sell one book, you can sell 10, you can sell 100, you can sell 1,000, you can sell, 10,000. So it's really just getting that strategy down packed. And then I love working with authors that are consistent. So they're not just going to put the book out and then let it collect dust after, the hype is gone after the first month or two. But no, like, they're consistently leveraging their books to bring in clients, to get speaking engagements, different things of that nature. And that's, like, the biggest thing. So, like, impact, like, don't just publish it and be like, oh, I'm just an author, that's exciting. Like, no, like, there's still work to be done with this book.
Yeah, that is so good. So it's not like a publish and let that thing sit on the shelf, right?
No.
So I love that so much. And so, so thanks for sharing that. And so, at the end of the live, and actually you can share it now, and we'll share it again, but how can people get in contact with you?
Yeah, they can definitely send me a message here on Facebook. My name is Shanine Young. I'm everywhere online, Reaching While Teaching, because I used to be a teacher. So Reaching While Teaching, you can find me on YouTube, Threads, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. You can send me a message, and you could go to reachingwhileteaching.com as well. Have a form where you can, apply to book a call with me and see how we can make some magic work together with your book.
I love that. I love that so much. So you joined the Sell 24K Offers program after our first challenge this year. The challenge was in January. So why did you join the program?
Yes. That's a good question. So I joined because, like, I just had to be obedient. Like, God literally told me, like, yeah, you need to join. So it was like, it just kept, God tell you something, it just keeps coming back. Like, you sometimes be like, okay, yeah, I am. Give me a second. And then, like, it just kept coming back. And I was like, okay. So it was just confirmation for me. The challenge was amazing, just like shifting my mindset in a lot of areas. And then just me even knowing you beforehand, I think did it as well. Like, because we were a part of, like, a sprint together with another coach. So I was just like, this isn't someone I'm just like, well, little skeptical. Even I feel like even if I didn't know you before, just like just seeing, like, your track record, what you've done, you're an expert that has done this. So, like, it makes sense to connect with people that can help you, get in the direction that you're trying to go, especially if they've already been there.
That's good. And that means a lot, because I think, like, in the program, in the after the challenge that you came to, so I think it was you and just one other person who actually knew me before the challenge, right? Everyone else in the program, like, they had never known me before. And so it's really awesome to say, hey, man, I knew you. We actually were friends on social media. We actually have been in the program together. So that actually means a lot. And so my next question I want to ask you is, what's your, like, how has the experience been like in the program for you? Like when you first came, because you've been in programs before being in the Sell 24K Offers program. So what has been the difference for you as it pertains to my program? If there has been a difference.
Okay, good question. I would say the support. I feel like I've been in programs before that has, I have gotten support or whatnot. I think the way that you have this program like laid out, it's like crazy if you don't like really succeed, because it's like you get like the blueprint, but you're also like getting someone that's kind of like guiding you through the process, holding your hand, and kind of just like, okay, like even with our group calls, it doesn't feel like, sometimes you're in a group, it's like you can feel like, oh, I'm not getting any attention, I'm getting left out, but it's like you still feel like you're giving like direct advice, like for each person, like for me. So I feel like I leave and I'm like, okay, I got a game plan, I know what I need to do, I need to run with it. Sometimes when you're in group programs, there's some people that kind of like they stray by the wayside. It's like they don't get the support and the attention that they need. But with this program, I feel like I'm always supported. And even when I'm asking my questions, like after the call, like you're always quick to respond and give like feedback. And for me, that's a lot, because I've been in that means a lot to me, because I've been in programs where it'll start off like that. But then like after a few weeks or two after they collect their funds, then it's like, oh, okay, it's like, hey, where is the coach? Where, what's going on? So just like the consistency is important. And I sometimes I don't know why that happens. Maybe because they kind of want you to like go to the next level. But I feel like we can, like, by you being excellent in what you're doing now, even in this group setting, like that will encourage us to want to like, okay, well, let me work with Erlina one-on-one, right? But I think people kind of don't think of that. They're just always like on to the next. And like my right now, big on stewardship. So like, I love that you're like stewarding what God has given you.
Oh, that is so good. I love that. Another question I want to ask you was, I know you said, hey, God told me I should be in this program. Like I just felt like that urge, like from the Holy Spirit, like join this program. But was it difficult for you? Like, was it like, and I know you said you also knew me before, like we were already connected on social. We had been in the program together when you decided to join. But was there any like fear of like investing? So you talked about like being in other programs where, the coach changed, or you didn't get that, that group support, or that support like in the group, because you can kind of hide in a group, right? Especially if there's a lot of people. But was there any fear or any like, should I do it? Because you said God did have to nudge you a couple times. So like what made you?
So I don't feel like it was fear. I feel like sometimes, how we just put things off. So like, let's say he would tell me on Tuesday, and then like, it's like Thursday, and he's just like, okay, yeah, remembered. I'm just like, okay, God, I'm going to do it. All right. I need to reach out. And the fact that like you reached out as well, like asking if I had any questions, I think that's made it like kind of easier as well, because I was just like, okay, well, let me ask her any quick questions I have. And let me see like, what are the options that can work for me? And God literally told me like, yeah, just ask her this, like, it's going to be fine. So I had the confirmation before I even reached out. But I feel like with embarking on anything, like it's always going to be like, it's a risk in business. It's a risk. It's like, okay, well, can this work for me? Is it not? But it's just like at the end of the day, I teach a Bible study, and one of my students inside the Bible study literally just messaged me not too long ago, and she was talking about, it was a book called All In. So it was like, we can't like try to like, I guess, give like God like little bits and pieces. Okay, I'm gonna trust you just a little bit, but it's like if he's saying like, this is what you need to do, go in, have faith, move in this way. Like I can't be like, I'm gonna try to do it a different way, right? So for me, like I had to like, okay, God, this is what you want me to do. Like it may be a little, it's a risk, but I trust you, right? I'm not gonna like try to doubt and try to control everything, because I can't control nothing, even if I wanted to.
That's so good. So how do you feel now? Like I know that like why do you like that compliment or that like prompting, like God told you on Tuesday, join this program. He came back on Thursday, like, wait a minute, like reach out, ask her this specific question. First of all, I want to say I love the fact that you hear from God, right? That is so powerful, because that's what the Bible says. The Bible says, my sheep hear my voice and another they shall not follow. And so I just believe as business owners, as wives, as, you know, moms and all the things, I don't know how people do life without hearing the voice of God. So I want to tell you, if you're watching and you like, man, if you a Christian, you a believer, because I learned that there are believers that don't hear God. And it's just puzzling to me. Like, wait a minute, like, listen, go ahead and hear God, because it just helps you, right? It helps you, because can you imagine if you had been in a challenge and you talk to God and God was like, don't join that program. You would have got the, you know what I mean? You would have got the, that kind of thing. So I think people who are not hearing from God, they are doing themselves a big disservice. What you think?
Yeah, I'm when you said that, I'm like, it must be hard, because you're probably like second guessing everything you're doing. You're probably not making moves, or just still feeling like stuck, because it's just like, it's a lot of voices. It's a lot of voices. It's a lot of, so it's like understanding how to decipher his voice. It can give you that peace. It can give you that direction. Like you could take that next step and know, like, okay, God, you got me, right? So I know it has to be hard if you're, and it's not easy, because it took me a process to really understand, like, oh, this is God's voice. This isn't my voice, or this isn't the enemy's voice. Like, so it's a process, but I know it's hard for those who are just like, they just be going through life. They just be, let me just do this. Ooh, and they don't, they don't know. They don't feel like confident in their choices.
Yeah, that's real good. So what I wanted to ask you next is, and if you're watching us, let us know in the chat, like, what's your business? Like, shout your stuff out in the business, in the comments. We want to know where you are watching from. What do you do in your business? Like, let us know in the comments, okay? Like, I'm a church girl. Janine, like, she be teaching Bible studies, so we like people to talk back to us, right? Or I'm talking for me, right? But let us know in the chat, like, where you watching from? What do you do in your business? Shout your business out in the chat. Do you have a book, right? Let us know where you're thinking about writing a book. Let us know inside the chat. So what I wanted to ask you next is, how has now that, like, God had prompted you to join the program, you joined the program. How has it been? Like, have you received a return on your investment already? Tell us about that. Like, have you received a return on your investment? Do you see, like, even, now that you still have more time in the program, let me know about that. Like, how has the return on your investment been? How has, were you able to make it back?
Yes, I was able to make my investment back. So grateful for that. Maybe within the first month. So that was great. And I'm just excited for I still have like a good amount of time left in the program to continue to implement certain things and really just hone in on my offer, put it out there more, and then getting, of course, your strategic guidance on like the best ways to do certain things, the best ways to move about. I was listening to Myron Gold this morning, and he was talking about like how, like, what you focus on expands. And I know you touched on like before, so just like, I'm like, okay, God, all right, like this I'm going all in. So I'm excited just for the continued coaching and guidance that I will get throughout the year.
That is so good. So you said a couple of things. So what you focus on expands. That's really good, from Myron Golden. Shout out to him. And then you said that, like, you want to go all in, right? You talked about like even a book like that. So do you feel, based off what you said, that you haven't even yet, like in the program, you haven't even went like all in? Is that what you're saying? So you haven't even went all in yet in the program, but in the first month you made your investment back. Wow, that's good. That's good. Thanks for sharing that. And yeah, let's go all in. Like, I want you selling all the $24,000 plus offers, right? And doing all the things, like hitting your revenue goal, surpassing it, and all the things, because I know that you have the ability to do that. what would you say to a person who they felt like they're on the fence about joining? So we have the price point that we have now is actually changing tomorrow. There's people who are watching, they're on a fence. They feel like, I tried a group coaching program before, all the things people be thinking about. I don't know Erlina like that. I've been following her, right? She talk a lot, right? I don't know what people be saying, right? Because I mean, right? But what would you say to those people who are like on the fence about joining the program?
Yeah, I would definitely tell them to come off the fence. If this is something like that they're serious about, they want to sell, they want to sell these type of offers. They want support on how to do it, whether it's how to create the offer, whether it's how to structure it or how to sell it or whatnot. Like, they're going to get that support. So
all right. So the time has lapsed. The time has lapsed. It is 12 a.m. And so I'm going to share my screen because as promised, it's now the price is actually different. So I'm going to share my screen quickly. So let's go ahead to here. So you go here now, what you're going to see is that you scroll down. Current price is $24,000 for the 6 months. Scroll down some more. One-time payment is $24,000. You can use these different things. So this will probably be switched to our coach financing option, which we'll do when we do it. And then if you click on the button to join the Sell 24K's offer program, you will see that it's actually $24,000 now to join. And so it's been an amazing night. I celebrate you if you joined the program. While it was $5,000, while you had the ability to join at $254, but that time has passed. Okay. So have a wonderful rest of your night. And I will see you tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm actually going to be joined by my client, Dr. Vanessa, at 11:30 a.m. CST time. So Dr. Vanessa and I will actually be going live to talk about her experience inside of the Sell 24K Offers program. Super, super excited to talk to her about her offer, which is $50,000, and her experience so far inside of the program. Again, have a amazing rest of your night. Happy new month. It's April. And I hope that you have received what you need to be able to hit 6 figures in Q2. Bye for now.